A lot of breeze to assist Shinwari is going to come across the right-hander's body, hence the reason for the movement going away from the right-hander. So we always expect a big crowd from Nepal. So for anyone joining us from Nepal, welcome to the broadcast. Monali and I will try to entertain you for the next 3 hours. Again, that natural delivery going across the right-hander. Can't ask for a better start for the Houston Hurricanes.
Absolutely. Two well-bowled deliveries. Of course, these are new conditions to Nepal. This is the first warm-up game for them right before the World Cup. They're finding their form. They're finding out what these grounds are going to play like as well. I did have a chat with their manager earlier in the morning, and they said they've got one more warm-up here tomorrow in the afternoon following the USA-Bangladesh game, and then they're traveling to Dallas right after the game.
Speaking of USA-Bangladesh, USA have upset the Bangladesh team, winning by 2-0. This one hits the pad. There's a leading edge, and looks like we have the first runs on the board. Kushal Bertel is off the mark, not in the most convincing way, but you have to say the opening bowler Shinwari has been hitting his straps from ball number 1.
Yeah, interesting enough as well, the Hurricanes coach has worked with Nepal very closely in the past. He was the fitness coach for Nepal a couple of years ago with Pupudu Dasanayake, who is now Canada's coach. So he should have good insight on this squad.
Shinwari again, first delivery. Just letting it go across to the keeper. Again, another dot ball.
There is quite a lot of breeze this morning. It's not been this breezy the last 3 days that we've been here. This is something that I'm sure Nepal is going to take a little bit of time getting accustomed to. The wicket a little bit slower, a little bit flatter than what they'd be used to.
So his partner in crime is Mohammed Asif Sheikh, partnering, of course, Kushal Bertel. And at the moment, Houston Hurricanes are steady as can be in this first over. Shinwari comes in, and at the last moment, Asif Sheikh just pulls away.
We've just got someone climbing right in front of the sight screen.
Something you can expect in Prairie View, Texas. People storming the gates already.
Listen, when you've got Nepal playing, that would not surprise me.
Yeah.
They do have quite the fan following. The qualifying process for the ICC T20 World Cup, which is going to be co-hosted by USA and the West Indies.
This one just a little bit closer to the stumps. And that has gone to the boundary. Just clipped off his legs. And the first boundary of the day. 5 runs on the board for Nepal.
Yeah, just missing his line a little bit on that occasion, Usman, and he's clipped off the pads. Good composure, played it fine.
Just to give everyone an idea at home, the area or this side of the wicket where Asif Sheikh is facing, it is literally slants on both sides. From middle to off, the wicket slants to the right, to the offside. From middle to the leg, it will slant to the leg side. So let's just call this Lord's Cricket Ground in Texas. There's obviously a slight ridge in Lord's in England, and Prairie View has tried its best to mimic that.
We're definitely not dressed right for that.
Speak for yourself, Monali. I look fantastic.
Just mentioning the qualifiers, the Asia qualifiers, Nepal and Oman are the 2 teams at this World Cup. Of course, all the regions went through qualifiers. This is a 20-team World Cup. It's about time that we see all of these associates being represented. Nepal is in Group D. They're going to see Bangladesh, Netherlands, South Africa, and Sri Lanka. The World Cup is starting on the 1st. And the first match that Nepal is going to take on in the World Cup is against the Netherlands on June 4th.
So you can understand the warm-up matches. They're unofficial, but Houston Hurricanes, a reputable side in the USA, comprised of Canadians, players from the Asian area, USA of course, and they have done very well in both minor league and major league. From the northern end.
Smit Patel is, no, sorry, correction, that is the keeper.
We haven't reached that stage of the game yet where the keeper starts to bowl. And we're just getting our scorecards in check. It's going to be number 62. It's going to be Khan Jr. Imran Khan Jr. Left arm medium pace. We have two left arm seamers to open the bowling, and this one is just pushed to the offside. And Patel keeps the strike and turnover ticking for a single off the first delivery of the second over. Ryan Davis, Monali Patel, happy to be with you on this broadcast. SC Tech Productions. No, I'm sorry, there's a lot of pressure if your name is Imran Khan Jr., and especially if you're going to be a seamer.
But they've added the junior in there, so I think...
And he's bowling left hand, so he took all the pressure off of him. So Asif Sheikh just slashes away. And umpire, all eyes on him. And just to give you an idea of our umpires today, they are none other than Myron James from Antigua, who's the umpire on this end, and Cameron Best from Barbados. Two West Indians steadying the ship on the field today. Imran Khan Jr. Sheikh just tries to turn it around, hits the pad, a half-hearted appeal, no run.
Better come back after the first delivery, which we don't really have a replay on that, but looked fairly close to that wide line. Of course, we're at a slight of an angle.
So just to remind our viewers, the breeze is going with the left-handed seamer, coming into the right-hander. And speaking about hurricanes, the type of breeze we're having here, Imran Khan Jr. has a lot of assistance. And he's gone after this one. Ball high in the air, and the first wicket falls. Asif Sheikh trying to turn it over onto through mid-wicket, gets a top edge, and he departs. And Imran Khan Jr. gets the first scalp. And the score goes to 6 for 1 in the second over.
Imran Khan living up to the expectations that were set on him. This is an interesting shot early up from Asif. I think the extra bounce might have taken him by a little bit of surprise. Gets leading edge and went straight up in the air. In the end, a very easy catch.
Just not one of those deliveries to turn on it.
The
never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
I haven't asked. Thought he would try to play in the V and try to get some form going. As Imran Khan Jr. comes back from the northern end. This one is outside, and it's the first wide, the first extra for today. Score goes to 7 for 1.
These warm-up matches are so important too. You're coming in from a completely different playing condition in Nepal, not nearly as warm. I believe they're also coming out of their winter like we are in Canada. To come out here in this heat, the first thing you're doing is you're testing your lungs. Because what you might think was fit in cooler conditions is definitely not fit in these conditions.
This one's turned off the legs beautifully. You can hear the ball come off the middle of the bat. And the single So one more to the total. And Anil Kumar Shah is off the mark. Score goes to 8 for 1. As Mohammed Asif Sheikh goes back into the pavilion thanks to Imran Khan Jr. So Kushal Patel, who's had 2 singles, just pushes this one, and again the left-handed seamer in that corridor of uncertainty. So the end of 2 overs, it is 8 for 1. So Usman Shinwari will continue from the southern end. He's going to bowl to the new batter. This one turned off the hips, down to deep fine leg, just one. So Manali, so far what we've seen from Houston Hurricanes, very professional in the opening overs. Nepal just 9, of course, with that first wicket falling.
Yeah, USA Cricket's come a long way with minor league being introduced. Minor league cricket has definitely raised the standards overall, and you can see when they've now picked their playing 11 or their squad, you can see the standard of cricket overall has improved.
Shinwari to Patel. Patel's drives and it's caught. Shinwari with the breakthrough. Beautiful delivery, leaving the right-hander, and Patel is caught slip.
This is not the start that Nepal would have hoped, warm-up or not. And this is a really nice delivery from Usman, going cross from the body. And you don't see slips very often in T20 cricket.
And there's never an easy catch down in that corridor, trying to turn it off of his legs, ball leaving the right-hander. And yes, it's a comfortable catch, but it's always going to be difficult. And it's Malantra with the catch at slip. So the second wicket falls. And Nepal, which is supposed to be a warm-up match, are now 9 for 2 with their star batter and captain. 2 wickets down, and it is now Rohit Kumar Pudel, the skipper.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
We're 2 wickets down, and the skipper's out in the middle for Nepal.
And the left-handed seamer bringing this one back into the right-hander, and Patel just gets 1. And it's not easy for Shinwari. The breeze is going across the right-hander to get it back into the right-hander, Monali. It's going to take a lot of technique.
Yeah, and it's not a light breeze either.
That's why they call it the Houston Hurricanes. That's the type of breeze we're having in Prairie View.
There was, of course, a really big storm here as well last week.
And you survived?
I was not here for it,
Thank
but
God.
I know the hotel that we're staying at, there are a lot of people, some of these people have lost their homes, some of them have lost power.
Shinwari. Oh, again, just hitting that ridge right in front of the right-hander. And Anil didn't know much about it.
That was very well bowled. Take a quick look at that delivery again. Moving just
Oh,
across the
unplayable.
right-handed batter, missing that edge ever so finely. Beautiful movement.
In that corridor of uncertainty that no batter likes. So Usman Shinwari, 1.4 overs. And he's 1 for 6. Again, you can see that ball just popping just in front of the batter. And at this point, Monali, 2 wickets down, just 10 runs on the board. We're only in the 3rd over. What do you suggest for Nepal at this moment? Steady the ship or keep going guns?
I think they do need to study the ship. From what we've seen so far, they are a little out of their comfort zone. They're not quite they're not used to these conditions. The breeze isn't helping them. The pitch is new to them. It is just their first warm-up. Take your time, get your eye in, try and get your batters the practice that they need out in the middle.
This one just a little bit shorter from Shinwari.
Of course, a lot of this is a mental game too. You're coming here, you are representing the nation. You've got such a large following of the fans. But as we say that, Nepal 10 for 2 at the end of 3.
Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I received.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, pilot and air hostess training institute.
Yeah, as we were saying, Nepal is still trying to find their feet in the conditions in Dallas, or in Texas, I should say. The World Cup is just around the corner. They got to try and give their batters as much time out in the middle as possible.
Britell is driving through the offside. It's a square drive. But if you know anything about the outfield in the United States, it's always going to be a little bit heavy. Not that traditional cricket grass you get like in Australia, England, India, Pakistan, etc. It's a thick sort of texture, and it holds up and they get 2. Well, that was an excellent cricket shot, as they would say. Kept his shape. Sort of thing the coach of Nepal will want to see.
Beautifully driven. It's always nice to see a cover drive, isn't it?
Imran Khan Jr. This one just driven to cover. No run. But we talked about the conditions. Understanding this is Houston Hurricanes, let's just call it their backyard. And because the conditions are so dramatic with the breeze, with the wicket, not as even as you would like, you can understand why the home team would win the, well, when they did win the toss, to put Nepal into bat and to test their mantle in the opening overs. Down the wicket is Britell, and he drives and he gets 4. Fortune favors the brave.
Well,
First time they've opened their shoulders, Monali.
he definitely showed some bravery there, chipping down, making some room as well. Cleared his arms. He really had to reach for it. Not quite going down the line of the ball. Went quite far down the leg. In the end, it is 4 runs. He's coming off some decent form as well. Nepal played West Indies A recently.
Imran Khan. Again, just opening the face of the bat, and they go for a quick single. If he hits, he's out. But
Good running.
Anil Kumar survives. Risky single. But at this point, looks like Nepal wants to put some pressure back on the Hurricanes. Imran Khan Jr. And this time Anil Kumar Shah just turns it, no run. So we are live in Hamro Kal Kaud. So everyone in Nepal, love to have you over here in United States. Hopefully it's as breezy as it is in Nepal as it is in Prairie View. Beautiful day for cricket.
It's a good shot of a Nepali fan out there with your flag, representing, supporting.
This one is pitched up and held back just a little bit, but they go for another quick single. Hits the wicket. Is an appeal for run out.
The umpire not interested. There's a tight single, not the best of positions for the umpire to be in either to make that call.
Well, again, Imran Khan just holding one back. Anil Kumar running it down to that fly slip. He hits the stumps flush. And looks like Anil made it back just in time.
Just looking at the last few games of the skipper of Nepal, he's had some really good form against West Indies A. An 82, 71 not out, a century as well. So definitely some good form coming into this World Cup, leading from the top for Nepal.
And I think for Nepal to have any sort of chance of creating a competitive score, players like Rohit Kumar Podal have to take responsibility, not only in scoring runs, but occupying the crease, which is always a fine line in T20 cricket. You can't make runs in the pavilion, as I would say.
Well, we saw that yesterday when Mayank Patel supported Stephen Taylor, Aaron Jones, and he batted it out. He took them to the very end of that first innings. And that's well bowled.
I tell you what, if you're looking from across the world, Usman Shiwari, the opening left-arm seamer, is now 2 overs in, 1 for 6, and he's showing no signs of letting up. You can understand why the skipper wants him to bowl his 3rd over. Monali, are you in favour of having bowlers, when they hit their stride, continue their spell, or save some for later?
I think it's a tricky question because, yes, if your bowlers are going well...
Thank you very much. I'll take that credit for that. Go ahead.
You want to try and keep the pressure on the opposition as long as you can. It's pushed into the offside. It's going to be a dot ball. But as we say that, some of these teams have long batting lineups. And if you're using up your spear bowlers in the first 4 overs, they're bowled out. If you have enough arsenal to bring in other bowlers to finish the death overs, by all means do that. But if you don't, and you've got, like Ali Khan, for example, spearhead bowler for USA, fastest bowler for USA, as you take a quick look at the Nepal squad again, the skipper out there.
So I asked the Nepali coach if he was going to have any sort of experiments today. He said not a chance, trying to get his front 11 in form, get them as much exposure as they can. Shinwari gets the inside edge, and it's a French cut that goes for 4. So the second boundary of the day, not as stylish as the first, but they all count, and the score goes to 22 for 2. Shinwari again operating from the southern end, just short of a length. Tell you what, Monali, you can talk about opening overs, you can talk about power plays. If the bowlers are going to hit their stride in that area of uncertainty, eat your heart out.
Are you a fan of bowling your main bowlers out?
I am.
Up at the top.
I'm all about turning the screws and putting the pressure on the opposing team, which is the Nepali team at this point. I would turn the screws and have them react to the bowling side after the pressure is put on. So I hope you guys have your notepads out, because Monali Patel is going to be dropping nuggets all day long in Prairie View. I certainly am.
So you're obviously involved in the USA setup quite a bit. You've seen a lot of the minor league teams.
Minor league teams. I love operating in the organic area of cricket, and I get to see the players come in and out of teams, and I get to see teams grow from season to season. 3 minor league seasons are in the books, as they would say, as Shinwari comes in for ball number 5 in his 3rd over. Again, starting the ball from leg, coming across the right-hander.
Yeah, he's bowling in good areas, Shinwari. Testing the batters out in the middle. So you've been involved with a few years with minor league, and as you've mentioned, you've seen the improvement. How much of an impact do you think this has had on USA Cricket to have minor league teams? I mean, we've got the Hurricanes here from Houston getting to play a warm-up. Obviously, they have proven that they are up to the mark. They've got 2 wickets down, or they've got Nepal 2 wickets down. How instrumental has it been in terms of USA Cricket and building it up?
Monali, I'm itching to answer that question, but I'll respond to you after the break.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
So we are back in Prairie View, Nepal, with their unofficial warm-up match before the ICC T20 World Cup 2024, which will begin on June 4th as Nepal take on Netherlands. They're playing the local team, Houston Hurricanes, in Prairie View, Texas. Nepal lost the toss. Houston Hurricanes decided to bowl, and Nepal at 22 for 2. And Monali Patel asked me a great question about the organic structure of United States cricket and how it's blossomed over the last 3 years. It has gone from night to day, and not only on the field but off the field. The broadcasting, the umpiring, the organization, the pitches, the grounds, you've seen it blossomed from off the field to on the field, and it's beautiful to watch as the players begin to explode on the local scene. So we have a change of bowling corner dry from the northern end down the leg side, and it's going to be a wide. So Monali, in sports in general, I want to expand on that question. We always look at the final product, the Nepal team on the field right now, but it all starts 4 years ago. It all started 5 years ago. The product begins on the organic level, so you always take care of that area first, and then that will blossom to the finished product on the international scene. Dry. This one coming back into the right-hander.
The pick up a single, but you bring up a very good point, Ryan, and you're talking about the organic setup in terms of minor league. Something that associate nations often forget is developing grassroots cricket as well. If you don't have a steady stream of players at the junior level coming up, and if you're not exposed to as many people playing the sports at the junior level, you're never going to have the best at the top.
If you want to see the standard of cricket in your country, look and see the commercial and private funding that's going into the organic structure of the game. Dry. And this one's high in the air, over mid-wicket. And that's gone. And the fielder somehow kept it in play, and looks like he's going to restrict the batter to just one.
It was a very good effort by the fielder out in the deep. Dry. Pitched up a little bit on this occasion. It was picked up beautifully into the leg side, trying to clear the mid-wicket boundary. And again, there you see just how well he did, aware of where the rope was as well, trying to make sure he kept the ball inside without stepping on the rope.
Anil Kumar is down the ground. He drives to the offside, and you don't run those, Monali.
Beautiful shot. Got to the pitch of the ball and smashed it through the offside. I think they might have a little bit of a hard time finding that ball. It is in the bushes past the gate.
Talking about organic. What do you say?
A beautiful shot from the skipper.
Try again, down the leg side, turns it around, gets a top edge. Backward square goes around, and they come back for 2. So Kushal Patel, despite the dodgy start by Nepal, is still out there.
Very interesting to see that shot again. It was a very risky shot from Kushal Patel. Did get a top edge. In the end, it landed in no man's land. But just going back to our conversation about developing cricket, you can really see the difference in the region when we saw the USA-Canada series.
This one's pulled in the air. Deep mid wicket comes across. Batters think about 2, just get 1. Munali, absolutely. And USA, because they've been investing in the organic level, you're starting to see players become more refined. So when they have, let's call it sticky situations like this, these sort of conditions, you see the USA cricketers sort of adjusting to the conditions and still managing to blossom in really tough conditions. And that becomes from repetitions. Being out in these conditions and being able to improvise in areas when they wouldn't be able to improvise before. But because they've had these reps, as they would say, now the cricket is beginning to blossom and batters and bowlers are becoming more confident. Try again. This one is high in the air, over mid-off. 1 bounce, and it's 4. So the shoulders are beginning to open, and Rohit, the skipper, is starting to advance.
It was a very beautiful shot. You can see him just waiting, over pitch delivery, and smash straight over the bowler's head, straight down the ground. Love to see shots like that. Absolute perfection.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
The scorecard currently 36 for 2. The 2 openers are back in the pavilion. Kushal Patel as Usman, the opening bowler, and here's the first spinner of the day. It's a full delivery, driven to the onside. Long on comes in, thinking about 2, just 1. So the 2 openers are back in the pavilion, and at the moment we have Anil Kumar Shah, who's 12 off of 15, and we have the skipper Rohit Kumar Patel, who's 16 off of 9, as Nepal begin to rebuild their innings.
Yeah, they're really looking good now. We've seen a couple of strokes in the previous over. Beautiful shot over the bowler's head.
And it's a full toss, not put away. A thick top edge, and the batters come back for 2. So 2 more to the total, 37 for 2.
Those are always more difficult to hit than they seem.
Absolutely. People don't talk about that enough. Batters are not expecting a full toss, not that you want to do it. And it's also a no ball, so it's going to be a free hit for the batters, as Anil Kumar Shah is salivating. And he's going after it, hits the pad, but of course it's a free hit. And it dribbles behind the wicket for a single. So 1 more to the total, 40 for 2. And the new bowler is Joshit Trump. This one just turned off the hips. 1 more, and at the point, Nepal starting to rebuild this innings, as Mohammad Mushin, the off spinner from the northern end, actually the southern end, he has the busy 290 highway behind him. Mushin, this one's a flatter delivery and turn around.
A couple loose deliveries, but it looks like he has found his line and length. Mohammad Mohsin.
Osin, Anil. And at the moment, Monali, the score is starting to take over, and Nepal, brick by brick, is starting to rebuild this innings.
And this is, sometimes it does take a little bit of time out there in the middle. Read the conditions, understand the conditions, and then you do have enough firepower. You have enough firepower in your batting lineup to be able to come and accelerate at the end. You know, we're talking about Nepal getting adjusted to these conditions.
This one turned onto the onside. Batters want to, but deep mid wicket comes in a flash and restricts them to just one. So the spinner's over is completed, and we're going to go to commercial break.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breath technically.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
We are back in Prairie View as Cornell Dry, the tall, right-handed, fast medium bowler, will be bowling to the skipper of Nepal, Rohit Kumar Podel, who's at the moment playing a skipper's type innings.
This is not the best angle to see just how far the run-up is for Cornell Dry, but if you see that white disc in your screen right now, that is the 30-yard circle, and he's running from past that 30-yard circle.
This one turned onto the onside. Deep mid wicket comes in, just the one. Yeah, Cornell Dry is looking more like Michael Holding coming in from Sabina Park.
Very tall bowler. We saw that he had troubled the batters a little bit with his short ball in the previous over. But sometimes it's not even the length of the run-up, it is the rhythm that you're in. And you can't quite get that rhythm with a short run-up, so you do need those additional steps just to make sure that you're in the right rhythm before you deliver.
Especially if you have strides like Cornell Dry. This one outside off stump. Best delivery he's bowled so far for his spell.
He's actually got a very decent action. The run-in is beautiful in a straight line. He's very well aligned as well.
He has caused havoc in minor league cricket for the last 3 seasons, Cornell Dry. Certainly built a reputation in these parts. Has an excellent short delivery if he needs it. So Anil Kumar facing Dry. This one's pitched up and held back a little bit, and it's high in the air, over long on, and it's the first maximum.
Yeah, tried for the slower delivery Dry on that occasion. It did not go his way.
This one pitched up by the medium pacer, and Anil Kumar just puts the bat right through it. And that one sails into the other part of Prairie View.
I'm going to put that down as commentator's curse as soon as you said that he had caused havoc in minor league cricket. Nepal says, let me repeat some of that havoc on our end.
Well, the 5th is up for Nepal. Understand that these two came to the wicket. I believe it was 11 for 2, with the 2 openers back in the pavilion. So the ball has finally been retrieved. Cornell Dry inspects it. And to give you an idea of the field, we have a long on and a regular mid-off behind Dry. This one just short of a length. Deep mid wicket has to come in, and the batters are going to come back for 2.
This is excellent running by the pair in the middle. They haven't been able to get as many bigger shots as they would have liked, but the running has been absolutely amazing.
Can't talk about enough about that in T20 cricket. We all look at the boundaries, we love it, we love the 6s and the 4s, but the running between the wickets frustrates the bowler, and it puts the fielders on their toes.
You know, this was a topic of discussion yesterday. Bangladesh, USA. 47% of deliveries were dot balls in USA's innings yesterday.
Wow. This one's flashing outside off stump.
47% of deliveries being a dot ball, and we had said when they ended at 144 USA that they were about 20 to 25 runs short. That's a big difference.
That is huge. So USA Bangladesh, of course, USA creating history, beating a test playing team in a series. Of course, it's the T20 series, but nonetheless a top 10 team, and USA overcome that hurdle. Dry to Anil Kumar. Kumar cuts, beats cover. Batters are thinking of 2 and they're going to get it.
You can really see the confidence coming out from the 2 batters in the middle. A lot more aggressive with their shot selection. That's going to be the end of the over. Nepal 55 for 2 at the end of 8.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
We're seeing the Nepali fans come out. They're trickling in. More and more flags around here. This is what's beautiful to see. A small nation of so many cricket fans, and they're so loyal. It doesn't matter where they play in the world. They will come out and support their team.
Moshin continues from the southern end. This one's driven. And a round of applause. Excellent bit of fielding in cover.
It's a nation of 30 million people.
30 million. Osin, sort of a mystery bowler. Batters get 1. And we were just talking about running between the wickets. You brought up the points. 49. Sorry, what was the percent?
47%.
47%. I was always terrible in math. Thank you, Manali. 47% dot balls. But we talk about T20 cricket. We talk about boundaries. We love to see it. But it's turning the dot balls, the ones into 2s. Excellent feeling on the boundary. Just 1. So another single to the total, 57 for 2. Skipper Rohit on 21 off of 15. Is he going to begin to open those shoulders as well? This one is short and just paddled around.
Well, we're talking about the batters being very effective in between in their running, but the fielders have been impressive as well. They've been excellent with their catching, their sliding around. This is what you see when you're playing on a level ground. There aren't holes on the ground. It's a good outfield.
This one is driven to long on.
We're starting to see a lot of Canadians come and play minor league as well. It's elevating our level of cricket. So thank you, USA, for helping us.
I wish I could say you welcome. But
we certainly didn't play our part when we were here a few weeks ago.
Moshin again from the southern end. This one has just turned around the corner. 1 more to the total, and we're starting to see those singles starting to turn. Now the bowlers have to bowl to a new batter at every delivery. They can't get stuck in and start to hone in on one batter. And that's the end of the over. 11 overs gone, 58 for 2.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Welcome back to Prairie View, Texas, where Nepal playing their unofficial warm-up match against the local team, Houston Hurricanes. The Hurricanes won the toss, put Nepal into bat. They were 12 for 2, now 60 for 2. Excellent partnership at the moment. And a new bowler, huge appeal for LBW, and he's giving it out. The skipper departs for 23. Very first delivery by Ali Sheikh.
That was a flat delivery, looking to sweep that. Take a quick look at the replay. Looking to sweep that and completely beaten. Stayed a little bit lower than he would have expected, Rohit Podal. And the finger goes up. He seems a bit surprised, a little disappointed. But that's another breakthrough for the Hurricanes. Nepal 60 for 3 after 9.1.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation. Pilot and air hostess training is
never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation. Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Back in Prairie View, Texas, Ryan Davis, Monali Patel. And Monali, we brought up a point off air. We're talking about minor league cricket for men, but now the obvious step that needs to be taken in this country, minor league cricket for women, it is knocking on the door. If we're talking about a setup, number of teams, venues, give me a quick synopsis. What would it look like?
Well, your current structure, you've got zonal tournaments already. They're in place. You also have women's teams in most of your hubs. So there's no reason why wherever your men's hubs are, you can try and promote women's teams. Like if you've got the Hurricanes, for example, let's try and get a women's Hurricanes team. Even if you start with 5 teams, a shorter season, it's a starting point. And believe me, your women's program is doing very well. Your women's national team has qualified for the global qualifiers, 2 qualifiers in a row now. And yes, there's a big difference between the competition that the USA play on the global stage, but they are the strongest team in the region, and there's no reason why they can't get better if your local structure improves.
Ali Sheikh, remember he got a wicket on his very first delivery. And this is his first delivery of his second over. Seems to be very stingy.
Well, you like to see this. He's sliding, fielding his own bowling, making sure that he's not leaking any runs.
Sheikh now bowling to the Kushal, and that one popped off of a length, and it's going to be a no ball, so it's going to be a free hit.
We'll say it's the sunscreen in this heat.
That looked more like SPF 1000 the way it slipped off of his hands. So now the batters have a free hit. They cannot be out on this delivery as that ball travelled over the waist of the batter. So they have to bowl it over again, and it's literally a free hit. Kushal Mala, the new batter, goes after it. It's high in the air, and he's gotten all of it.
And that's a really big shot.
That's gone for 6, Monali. If it was a bigger ground, it would have gone for 8.
Yes, well, you know, it is out in the boonies again. Just putting his foot down and clearing it right over past the fielder at long off, or long on, I should say. You got the spectator there watching it sail over his head as well.
So we have the Nepalese spectator who went to get the ball. He may have to use his passport to get out of the country, get that ball, and back in Ali's hands. Just short of a length, turn around the corner, one more, and Nepal want to just articulate this to the viewers in Nepal. The conditions here in Prairie View, not the easiest. Houston won the toss, the home team put them into bat, windy conditions. The wicket is not easy to bat on, but yet the score is 68 for 3, and it shows the testament of a quality side getting ready for a T20 World Cup.
Yeah, it was a crucial partnership between the skipper and Anil Kumar as well. They steadied the ship when they just lost early wickets. That's played into the leg side. And they'll pick up a single. They read the game. They decided that it was time to understand the playing conditions. And it looks like it's going to be another single. Slight misfield from the Houston Hurricanes.
Well, an overthrow, and it's the sort of thing that gives managers ulcers on the sidelines, as the wicketkeeper did not feel that properly, and the batters took advantage of it and stole an extra run. So the score goes to 70 for 3, and Anil Kumar is settling at 30 runs off of 27 deliveries. What we like to see in cricket, he's anchoring the innings. Ali Sheikh. So let's go back to the women's setup. And that is the end of the 10th over. We'll get back to that. 70 for 3 after 10.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable cost.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
So we are back. Coming back from the southern end. Bowling to the left-hander, Anil Kumar. Take that back. It's going to be Kushal Mala, who is 7 off of 4.
This is the first time, for those of you who may not know, this is the first time USA is going to be hosting a World Cup, a Cricket World Cup.
And we are certainly excited. And we're just talking off air, in between overs, talking about looking forward to the upsets that's probably going to happen in this World Cup. As franchise cricket continues to blossom around the globe, we've seen players from Holland, Scotland, Ireland. O'Sheen, all beautifully bowled. Just left the left-hander.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point about all of these so-called associate countries.
This one is swept away. But deep mid-wicket is there, just the one. It's a loud one.
We saw what Netherlands did in the last 50 over World Cup, and that was incredible cricket. Now, you mentioned franchise cricket around the world. More and more associate country or associate players are getting chances to represent that. You have Major League Cricket here. We've got the T20 in Canada. What this does do, though, is the more that you're exposed around full member players, your whole standard is elevated.
This one keeps a little bit low.
So your thoughts on the 20-team World Cup?
I like it. I think the more teams that are involved, and understand this, 20 over cricket is being played in Italy, Brazil, Argentina. These are usually associated with soccer or football. Now they're associated with cricket, Ireland, Scotland. So everyone's jumping in on the action because 20 over cricket is so well packaged. It's so easy on the eyes. In 3 hours, the match is completed. But within those 3 hours, sometimes 300 runs, 360 runs are scored in those 3 hours, which is so easy for the spectators to digest.
At the end of the 11th over, Nepal 72 for 3.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you.
Down the ground. Got the bottom part of the bat. Another single, 73 for 3. So given the rough start, Monali, 11 overs in, 72 for 3. I'm not going to do any math here. I'm going to leave that up to you. What's a total you think that Nepal will be happy with after the rough beginning?
I think if they can get close to that 165 mark, they'll be happy. Because you want to try and see what the batters lower down the order can come in and do. They do have some hitters coming up as well. 165, decent total. Not the easiest of batting conditions either.
This one punched away by Anil.
I mean, you're also really big into soccer. And we're talking about a 20-team tournament this time. FIFA, of course, has a much larger structure in terms of their World Cups and how many teams that they have. I think we need to have more associate cricket in in the T20 World Cup.
This one is driven and it's going to beat the long on field and it's 4 more.
Yeah, good shot. Good power on that occasion from Anil Kumar. The long legs of Corny Dry not able to stop that.
I think it just flew past Cornell Dry's bowler's mark at the 30-yard line. Yep, one bounce, cleared it easily. But yeah, going back to having more teams, batter's going to think about 2, just the 1.
Oh, they get 2 in the end after all. Misfield. Zia just knocking the ball around a little bit, allowing for single.
Here's what happens when you add more teams. It's going to be watered down. Understand that. But there's still enough focal views. This one's dropped a little bit short, a quicker delivery. Completely threw off the timing of Kushal. No, actually Anil. But understand, even you have these preliminary rounds, they have the countries who are so invested in their team. This one is high in the air, on the offside. And that's gone for 6. So Anil Kumar has had enough of this. He's starting to expand his strike zone. And he goes into the 40s.
Yeah. pitched outside off stump, and he's picked that up beautifully. Went up and over. There was a fielder at long on, or long off, I should say. Just watched it sail over his head. And Anil Kumar is now just 6 runs away from his half century. Signaling for gloves. It is a hot day. I'm sure there's some good sweat buildup. The breeze has definitely helped.
It is a hazy day in Prairie View. A lot of cloud cover, but the humidity is starting to set in. But luckily for us and the cricketers, there's a constant breeze coming from the east to the west. So we have a new bowler. Actually, we're just going to clarify from the southern ends. It's going to be Zia.
So Anil Shah is a second choice wicketkeeper for Nepal. Scored his century against Canada in an ODI earlier this year in February. And he's making a comeback after 4 years. So not a bad comeback at all. He was not part of the qualifiers, but to be playing the World Cup, he's done excellent today in the first warm-up match. You couldn't have asked for better if you were a Nepali fan, or the Nepali management for that matter of fact.
So Zia's first delivery, and the wrist spinner gets a dot ball. Luckily for Monali and myself, we have Wikipedia on our left-hand side by the name of Shabazz. Shabazz, a native of Nepal, and he is manning the controls. This one is driven, a square drive, deep point.
This is a very interesting starting point in his run-up for Zia. In case you're wondering where he is in the frame, while the batter is waiting on that delivery, he is to the left of that frame, as far wide as you could possibly imagine.
We're going to have to pay our cameraman more money to get him into the frame, and we can't afford that at the moment. So Zia is now going to come into the frame.
I mean, he is a spinner. They're a little bit wonky to begin with. With our pace bowlers, we say run in as straight as you can.
That's right.
But that is a very wide angle.
This one is driven, beautifully driven, kept its shape. But just the one. But it just shows the type of form Anil Kumar is in. 44 off of 35, now going to 45 off of 35. So the right-hander, left-hander combination, never easy for a bowler.
Now, were you a batter or a bowler when you played?
I was a talker. I was a batter. And this one is driven to the onside. And they come back for 2. So I actually come from a family of cricketers. My father, Charlie Davis, and my uncle, Brian Davis, both played for the West Indies. And they were both batters. My uncle, Brian Davis, was an opening batsman, and my father, Charlie Davis, was a middle order batter for the West Indies. So I didn't have a choice. Short delivery, cut away, but again, that awkward bounce from the wrist spinner means a dot ball.
Yeah, Kushal is going to feel like he missed out on that delivery. Short, had a lot of extra bounce on that occasion. Looking to play that into the offside. Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. There's a song about that, actually. This one is high in the air. Long off is coming in. He's under it and takes the catch. So Kushal Mala departs for 12, and the wrist spinner Zia gets his wicket on the last ball of his over. So the score goes for 90 for 3.
Trying to go straight over the bowler's head, just gets a leading edge straight up in the air, and in the end a very easy catch. Long off, steadies himself under the ball. That's going to be the end of the over as well. 90 for 3.
my journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
So Manali and I were going through our movie digest when it comes to sports movies, and Monali just brought up a fantastic movie that she just saw. It was about soccer. What was it, Monali?
So I hope you're not going to ask me the name because I don't remember the name, but it is based on American Samoa and their journey in soccer.
Monali, what was the name of that movie?
That is what I don't remember. But if you guys are able to look it up, I highly recommend it. It's a story of an underdog nation, completely new to soccer. They hold a record against Australia where the score was 30-something goals to none. 31, thank you. 31 goals scored.
An appeal for a stumping. Square leg is unmoved. So a dot ball with a loud appeal.
So 31 goals Australia scored against American Samoa.
Moeen again, this one again turning into the right-hander. They're putting pressure on the fielder. And they come back for two. Excellent running between the wickets. Two more to Anil Kumar.
Yeah, this running has just been impeccable, and it continues regardless of whether they lose wickets or not. So American Samoa, tiny little island, similar with Nepal, a small nation. And everyone in that nation has multiple jobs because they just don't have enough people. And so they get this new coach, they hire this new coach. At this point, the Soccer Federation's actually thinking of scrapping Samoa altogether. And it's just this story of how well they come up the rankings and they build a soccer team out of themselves, and just goosebumps when you watch this movie.
We love it. Moeen. And he's pulled this one high in the air. Deep mid wicket is coming across. Will he hold on to it? He does. Excellent take in the end. Out in the deep. The ball is swirling in this wind. And Anil Kumar departs. The anchor of the innings. 47 off of 37. Trying to pull Moeen and taken out at deep mid wicket.
Yeah, he really got that high up in the air. He was hoping it had the distance. In the end, it just finds the hands of the fielder in the deep. And unfortunate for him, he is just 3 runs short of his half century. And it was a very good innings.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
So welcome back to Prairie View, Texas, as Nepal just lost their 5th wicket. It was the anchor of their innings. It was Anil Kumar Shah, who out for 47. And now there's a little bit of rebuilding yet again. It'll be Sandeep Jora coming to the wickets, and he will join Gulshan Kumar Jha.
Yeah, 2 completely new batters out in the middle for Nepal. 2 successive wickets, and this is good stuff from the Hurricanes. They've kept the pressure on with the ball, picked up 2 wickets.
Oshin a little bit fuller, and you can get away with that with a new batter. Monali, I would like to ask you, being an ex-Canadian cricketer, batting, bowling, where did you lean to first in starting to play cricket? This one is played onto the offside. Batters come back for 2. What drew you into the game?
Not much initially, I'll tell you that.
You were a talker like me?
No, I actually played a lot of other sports before I ever considered cricket. I grew up in Kenya. So soccer is very popular over there. Played soccer, actually ran 100 and 200 meters as well.
Wow. So
until high school, that is.
That's why you wanted to talk about running between the wickets so much. You're a 100 and 200 meter runner. Yeah, if I was batting with you out there, I'm like, Monali, please, can we just take it easy for one ball?
Nepal 94 for 5 at the end of 14.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
So Manali Patel, Ryan Davis in the broadcast booth. And we have Shabazz to our left, who is running the show. He is Wikipedia himself, SC Tech Productions. Roddy Lalman at the helm, directing, managing. And Zia coming in from the southern end. Zia is full. It's driven through the offside. Would he get a boundary? We talk about the thick outfield in the USA. Something that batters have to get used to in this upcoming World Cup. Different texture of grass.
Yeah, but that was struck beautifully. Coming in again at the wide angle, Zia. Little full toss and just smashed through the offside. An easy 4 runs to Gulshan in the end. And as we talk about Wikipedia, Gulshan actually started as a bowler, from what we're being told. Now, middle order bat.
So now he's a middle order batter. You said you were a 100-meter and 200-meter sprinter, and you were getting to what got you into cricket. Like, so finish that thought, please.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was about 14 and I was driving, or we were driving my brother to practice, and I said, you know what, why not?
Zia with a wrong on. Not much turn, just one. So when you said why not, that means you picked up a ball or you picked up a bat?
Picked up a bat.
Did you hit your brother with the bat or you hit the ball?
It's quite a journey. It wasn't easy.
Okay.
Especially because when I started, women's cricket was still growing or still starting in Canada.
Yep.
It was a journey. I started playing, and a lot of my cricket actually has been in the men's game. I played for a men's club when I was playing.
Good delivery by Zia. Again, with the wrong on, going away from the left-hander. And at the moment, Gulshan can't seem to find his line or length as a batter. Can't pick up the line. Zia, short delivery. $99 for 5. So just when you thought it's a quick over, so 15 overs in the books, 99 for 5. We'll be back.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
So we're talking about journeys in cricket. Let's talk about the journey of Nepal. Kushal Patel back in the pavilion for just 1. Ahmed Asif Sheikh just 4. But then Anil Kumar Shah and then his skipper Rohit Kumar Pudel brought this score back to respectability. And then Kushal Mala 12 off of 15. This corner dry. The big medium pacer coming back into the attack. And a valuable dot ball for the Hurricanes. So we're talking about journeys in cricket, and Monali had to travel quite a ways to play women's cricket in Canada. And here's the bowling figures for today.
It's been decent from almost all the bowlers. Osman Shinwari, Khan Jr., Trump and Sheikh and Shahzad each picking up a wicket. And Cornell Dry, he's been decent as well. It's pushed into the offside. And speaking of journeys, Ryan, the skipper of Houston Hurricanes, Lahiru Milantha and Gulshan Jha, they're actually teammates for Lumbini All-Stars in the Nepal T20. Now that's a journey. That's a distance to travel to be teammates.
Did you consult Wikipedia for that?
I did. I'm so glad to have Wikipedia right along alongside us.
Some people have Wikipedia on their keyboard. We have it on our left hand, literally. Shabazz, who has been fantastic. Thank you, Shabazz.
He's made us look great.
He has. So, looking at the figures from Nepal, we're up to 55k tuning in as Cornell Dry comes into Sandeep. He just sort of pushes to that right hand side. But I'm just going to get a little bit technical here. We saw Sandeep sort of push away from his body. Understand this wicket, the ball is not coming onto the batter. So sometimes you can see the hands getting away from the body and they start to lose shape. You get outside edges. But it's not easy conditions out there, Monali, and that's why Nepal is out there getting repetitions, understanding they go to Dallas, just down the road from Houston, to play their first match against the Netherlands on June 4th. Dry to Sandeep.
Yeah, they stick to a single. Nepal have brought up their 100. They've got 5 overs left, or 4.5 overs left. I know I had said 165 runs on the board. They've lost a few wickets. It's hampered it a little bit, but what do you think projected score at this point?
I thank you for asking that question. I knew it was going to come eventually. I'm thinking because of the loss of wickets in an untimely fashion, I think 150 is a good total on this ground with the conditions. Dry. A beautiful Yorker.
I think Dry is saying I'm going to try and make it as dry as possible because I don't want to see 150 up on that board.
Monali's going to be here all day, folks. You can get her CD at the door. She has a lot of jokes coming your way.
A lot of puns.
All intended. So 101 for 5, and you would, if you're a Nepal fan, you'd be rolling your eyes. But if you were here in Prairie Lake, it is challenging conditions for the batters. Understanding Houston won the toss, understanding the conditions, and put Nepal into bat. Dry. Short delivery, pulled away. Deep mid wicket is coming across, and he's not going to get there. 4 runs.
Yeah, interesting choice of delivery to end that over. Bowled a Yorker at the ball before, dot ball, and then now he decides that he's going to dig one in short. And Gulshan was up to the mark. He pulled it beautifully. No man's land. There was no fielder behind square. Picks up an easy 4 runs. That's also going to be the end of the over. Nepal 105 for 5 at the end of 16.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
So we are back in Prairie View, Texas. The last delivery of Cornell Dry's over was pulled away for 4 by Gulshan. He got his first boundary. And we talked about the wicket playing slowly. Batters sort of reaching for the ball. Cornell Dry decided to drop one short. Very easy pickings for the batter to pull it. Zia continues, and it's a beautiful cover drive. Excellent bit of fielding. Just good cricket all around. And Gulshan just punching his thigh pad in frustration. It was an excellent shot.
Yeah, you've spoken about the tough batting conditions out there. You've spoken about reaching for that ball as opposed to waiting for it, and that's a low full toss. That's played into the offside. It's going to be 4 runs to Sandeep. Correction, Gulshan, 4 runs to his name, and a poor delivery from Zia.
Well, we talk about full tosses not always being put away. Well, Gulshan licked his lips and just punched this into the offside. And that's what you do with a full toss. Didn't have to do too much with it. Stayed within the shape and dispatched it for 4.
Yeah, waited for the ball to come to him, and it is really tough on slower wickets when you have to wait that little bit longer, get in the right position. But we're talking about getting the right position with our feet, and then we have that Maxwell innings in the World Cup where we have no feet. And that is all
Maxwell
about...
has no feet?
Well, no feet movement. Let's...
We're just going to radio
He
to
didn't that
Australia
day.
Cricket Board that Maxwell has no feet.
He certainly didn't that day.
I'm on Twitter as we speak.
But that was an incredible innings.
It was incredible.
All done with weight transfer. And we're talking about, Andreas House plays for USA. Sorry, we're just looking for the ball. There is a little bit of hold up in play. It was smashed into the grasslands on the offside. Very technically correct player, makes it look so elegant, but very minimalistic in terms of how far he reaches for the ball. Waits on the ball, transfers the weight beautifully. And it's the same analogy that A.B. de Villiers plays his cricket with, or he played his cricket
Love
with.
A.B. de Villiers.
Amazing cricketer. And,
Yeah.
he's got this whole box theory where he plays, he's got this imaginary box around him, and nothing ever goes outside that box.
Yeah.
So the ball's got to come into that box for him to get in the position to play. Incredible, because you are in balance, your head's not falling over, the heaviest part of your body, and then the execution just becomes easy.
And easier said than done. Talking about that tricky word, balance. So many cricketers will try to go forward and end up lunging rather than having that graceful transfer of weight, like you just mentioned. And it's the first lost ball in Prairie View for the day. Probably not going to be the last. We talk about organic cricket. Well, eat your heart out. Houston Hurricanes are now in the Prairie looking for the ball.
Isn't this Texas? You're supposed to have a lot of cattle. I have seen some cowboys here. I mean,
I hope you would.
I am, let's just say it is as Texan as it gets to see cowboys with their cowboy hats and those big giant belts, and I'm like, yep, definitely in Texas. Not something you're going to see anywhere else.
Tourists come for many things. They actually come to see cowboys walking around in Texas. I'm glad you saw one, Monali.
Yeah, I've never heard so many yes ma'ams, just that whole southern hospitality. It's beautiful.
Yes. Love it.
I mean, we come from the land of sorry in Canada.
Yes? Yep. So 110 for 5. If you were playing backyard cricket, there's no boundaries, you'd still be running. And you'll bring up your century in about 10 minutes.
I don't know if you could run in this heat for that long, but for those of you watching this game, we really appreciate you tuning in. Of course, Nepal has a large following, so hello to all of you fans out there watching and supporting your team as they get ready for the World Cup.
And Gulshan again, opening up those shoulders, still keeping his shape, as we would say, and gets 2.
Well, the time in Nepal is almost 11 p.m. and we've got so many people watching this in Nepal.
11 p.m.
Almost
I'll
11.
be on my second cup of chamomile tea. My feet will be in hot water, thinking about jello and thinking about bed. Zia, short delivery, lovely bounce, and you only get that bounce on the wrist spinners. Wrist spinners are one of those risks and rewards you have to take as a captain. They get you wickets, they bog players down, but then they can be very expensive. Driven by Gulshan, one bounce to long off.
Yeah, very tough art to pick up.
I started as a wrist spinner, but it wasn't fancy. I grew up in the West Indies where we had Malcolm Marshall, Michael Holding, Joel Garner, Courtney Walsh, Patrick Patterson, Winston Benjamin, Eldin Batiste. And I said, you know what? Forget this leg spin. I'm going to bowl fast at 5'7".
Listen, Fidel Edwards is not a tall man, but he can bowl fast.
And there is a reverse sweep, the first of the day. No runs. That was the first 5'7" Michael Holding you'll ever see.
That's going to be the end of the 17th over. Nepal 112 for 5.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Ready? Can we get a shot of some Nepalese fans?
Well, we've got 3 overs left in this contest. Nepal 112 for 5. Ryan, you had said 150. I was hoping for close to 165.
A lot of weight is now gone on Gulshan's shoulders. This one is turned around as Imran Khan Jr., who had an excellent first spell from this very northern end, is coming back to bowl his second of his last over. Maybe we'll get, yep, his last over. Actually, Cornell dry. Take that back. But Imran Khan, we have that for you. Left arm seamer coming back for his second spell. To the left-handed Gulshan, half-hearted appeal.
This is 2 deliveries sliding down the leg side. Nepal's going to be a little disappointed with this. They've not been able to put the ball away in 2 occasions. The running again good. Picked up 2 quick runs off the first delivery this over. But from now, we've got less than 3 overs left. They're going to need a couple boundaries in every over to try and get close to that 150 mark.
That being said, Houston Hurricanes have a long on. They have a deep cover, a long off, and a deep mid wicket and a deep backward square for protection for Imran Khan Jr. Sandeep, the right-hander, just turns it around. Of course, deep mid wicket has to come in, and the batters come back for 2. Excellent running, and they think about an overthrow, and they're going to get it. 3 runs for a little turn off the hips.
If there are any juniors watching this, pay close attention to just how well the 2 batters are running in the middle. It's pushed well into the leg side, and this should have never been 2 runs. The fielder a little bit slow to get to the ball, and then an overthrow, really terrible return throw. They're so good at turning instead of running through the crease, and that allows for these extra runs.
Just short of a length by Imran Khan Jr. Again, Gulshan having a hard time, the lefty on lefty crime.
We've just been given the fan poll on YouTube with 55,000 viewers. Nepal will score over 145, and that's 72% people agree with that.
Now, Monali, I said 145. Everybody in the air heard that. So I think I'm right on cue to hit that. And here's some Nepali fans, the whole family. And that's what cricket is all about. Imran Khan Jr. to the right hand in Sandeep. Oh, right over off.
How did that miss?
Don't ask Imran Khan Jr. that. He's going to give you some 4-letter words in his response. Here's the left-handed seamer. Did he go over or just? Oh, just to the right hand. Just to the offside of the off stump.
This is good, very good bowling from Imran Khan Jr. There isn't a lot of pace. He's pulling and holding his pace back a little bit. Ball's not coming on as well as the Nepali batters would have liked, making them work for those runs.
This one a square drive and it beats point, and that's the boundary Nepal needed.
As soon as I say that was a decent bowling effort, that's going to be the end of the over, but we're going to end it off with 4 runs as we take a quick look at that wayward delivery. Well outside off. If you'd have left it, it might as well have been a wide, but it's been smashed past the fielder at point. They pick up 4 runs. Nepal getting closer to that 145, as that's going to be the end of the over.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I received.
Quality training with affordable cost.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
We're back in Prairie View as the opening bowler, Shinwari, gets picked up and he gets a wicket on his very first delivery in his second spell. Shinwari coming back on from the southern end, and he gets the dangerous Gulshan, hitting his straps from the very first and driven and caught out in the deep. So Nepal lose their 6th wicket with 124 on the board, and their opening bowler, their strike bowler, does the job again. Back in Prairie View, Texas, Nepal put into bat 124 for 6. And there's Nepal fans coming from far and wide to support their team. Cricket at its very best. And you can see that breeze coming from east to west in Prairie View, Texas. Gulshan departs for 20 off of 17. Sandeep in the wicket, 11 off of 10. And we're going to get confirmation for the new batter. It's going to be number 33, Karan KC. And immediately off the mark.
The new man in Karan KC, he is known for his big shot. In fact, had a very incredible innings against Canada February 14th. He's known as Valentine Boy because of that innings on Valentine's Day against Canada. He got Nepal to the ODI status, and they've gone on to play the Asia Cup and now the World Cup. So Valentine's Boy is definitely deserving of that name and of the respect to bring their team all the way over here. Got it all started for them way back in 2018, and somehow Canada seems to be in the receiving end a few times against this Nepali side.
Well, while the rest of us toast to loving relationships on Valentine's, Nepalis toast to Karan KC. Shinwari, it's a full delivery, nothing much. It's going to be a wide delivery. Extras gets in on the act. One more to the total, 126 for 6. First time we've seen Shinwari straight in his spell.
I was just going to mention that, you know, the Hurricanes have actually been very good with their bowling. The extras have been in check, and now the breeze coming into the effect, and we see the ball just straying down leg on that occasion. The breeze has been very strong today, stronger than we've seen the last few days here at Prairie View.
Well, they don't call them Houston Hurricanes for nothing. And Shinwari coming from the southern end drives again, a yorker here in the death overs. The opening bowler coming back to finish off the job. 3.3 overs, 2 overs for 12 runs. You can't ask for more from your strike bowler.
Yeah, absolutely. This is very good bowling in the death, full, straight, You got to hit your Yorkers. We're seeing Nepal, the batters, trying to make some room, trying to get those Yorkers dug out and get some runs off of them. But all in all, this is a fantastic bowling effort from the Hurricanes.
Usman Shinwari. And here comes a beautiful shot. Improvisation at its best.
Oh, he missed his mark just a little bit, Shinwari. This time a low full toss, and Sandeep says thank you very much. He's paddled that over the keeper's head. Picks up 4 runs. You can't miss your mark, or this is exactly what you are going to see. You get punished.
We love T20 cricket. It has brought so much improvisation to the game, and none better than that shot. Sandeep Johra, he goes to 15 off of 12. So important to try to get to that 150 mark, or 145 like I said, Monali. Shinwari, short delivery, and is that going to be a wide? It is. Square leg umpire alerts the umpire from the bowler's end, and it's going to be another extra. Shinwari just starting to lose that composure that he had for so long.
Yeah, well over the key or the batter's head. And this is my issue with your pace bowlers. You are bowling your Yorkers. You're bowling well. You've had dot balls. You gave a wide. It cost you 4 runs. And now you've just given another wide. It's not necessary to throw in the short ball when you know your Yorkers are effective. Try and get them full. Try and get them outside off. How often do we see a short ball either go for 4 runs or over the batter's head?
Another one. It's another scoop, and it's over the short third man for 4.
And what started off as a very good over is turning out to be an expensive one for Shinwari and for the Hurricanes.
Well, it's so nice. He played it twice. Shinwari, Sandeep just has a read on him now. Improvising, picking up the line of the delivery, and his scoop works to perfection.
He made it look so easy as well, not in any need to get low or under it, tall and scooped over.
135 for 6. One more delivery in the 19th.
11 runs coming off of this over.
I'm glad you calculated that. I'll have no chance of putting that together so quickly. Thank you, Monali.
I knew I had a purpose.
Shinwari. This one is in the air. Long on comes across. 2 more to the total. So that gets us through 19. Just 1 over remaining for Nepal. 139 for 6.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
.37 for 6 here in Prairie View. We're in the last over. 6 deliveries remaining in Nepal's innings. Sandeep goes across the line. He's not even going to run that over the Nepalese into the other field, and it's a 6 to start the over, and that takes the score now to 143. Monali.
You no need to run that. It was picked up beautifully. Imran Khan Jr. going for some runs, hoiked into the leg side and well over the cow corner fielder, and as you mentioned it, into the next field. Should I dare say my 165 might be on the cards?
No chance. All my money is on 145 still. We still have 5 deliveries left. All the odds are in favor of 145. Imran Khan Jr. to the right-handed Karan. Dot ball claps all around the field.
Yeah, trying to get cheeky with that shot. Curran KC trying to play it fine past the keeper. Managing no bat on that. I think he's listening to you for that 145.
Imran Khan Jr. back to his mark. Shortish delivery, and it wasn't, I don't think it was where it was intended. He definitely rolled the wrist, and and it's a hesitation by Imran Khan Jr. Had the batter dead red for a run out. Didn't take the bails off. He thought the batter was grounded, and they stole a run.
This is poor awareness by Imran Khan Jr. He could have had that run out. Miss hit. It was hit straight down the ground. It was always going to be a tight second run, and sure enough, they would have been out by a mile, and then there was just no awareness from Imran Khan Jr. Jura would have been in some kind of trouble.
And this one is played to long on. As soon as Imran Khan Jr. gets anywhere to middle stump, the batters are going across the line, trying to generate power. We talked about this wicket being so slow. If the bowlers drop short, the batters are going to rock back in an instant and find the cow patch in the next field.
We've got 2 deliveries to come in this over. Nepal have crossed that 145 mark.
Here's that flummox again. Imran Khan Jr. he thought the batter was grounded, and a comedy of errors.
He'll be disappointed with himself.
Well, he still has 2 deliveries remaining. It's a huge appeal for LBW, and he's given out. Had a little bit of swing, late swing, that got that ball back into middle and leg. Of course, the batter's playing across the line like we talked about Malali to generate that power.
Yeah, this time Sandeep actually moves across his stumps as well to try and open up that leg side. And this is smart bowling. He decided to go even straighter, fuller, and that looked plumb an easy decision for the umpires in the end. And Nepal, they've got 1 delivery to come in the over. Nepal 146 for 7. Final delivery, Imran Khan Jr. I would assume he's going to hope for that full Yorker again. Sampal, the new man in. Sampal Kami, the new man in. He's got 1 delivery to face. I think his only job right now is to try and clear the boundary.
He's going to come right across his stumps, and let's see what Imran Khan Jr. decides to do. Outside off stump, well bowled, takes some pace off the delivery. Excellent delivery, and he's run him out. This time he recovers from the error before, and Imran Khan Jr. tidies up a tough last over. And Monali, it was bowling to perfection in that last ball.
Yeah, full wide, took the pace off as well, completely deceiving Kompal, and he got the run out. He made up for his mistake 2 deliveries earlier. In the end, Nepal, a solid effort. I had predicted 165, but 146, you were on the mark. As we take a quick look at the Nepali scorecard, they struggled up at the top. The openers really not getting anywhere, and then we had a good partnership between Kumar and Paudel. They anchored the innings 47 and 23 to their name. Everyone else after, Kushal, Gulshan and Sandeep with a handy knock.
Tell you what, but the Houston Hurricanes put the pressure on early and often. Usman Shinwari, pick up the bowlers, 4 overs, 2 for 23. The strike bowler responded. Imran Khan Jr., who bowled the last over, 3 overs, 2 for 20. The corner dry, not as fortunate as the other speedsters, 4 overs, none for 41. But the spinners, Josh Trump, 4 overs, 1 for 19, did the trick. And Ali Sheikh, 1 for 24. Shazad, 3 overs, 1 for 17. Really pegged Nepal back in tough conditions. So 146 for 8. I said 145. If anybody wants the lottery numbers, you can contact me. I'll give you my WhatsApp number and we can talk lottery numbers. But 147 the total, and it's going to be the Hurricanes in tough conditions to go after that total. So the innings break. 148 the total. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I received.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Welcome back to the second half of this Nepal Hurricanes warm-up match. We're coming to you from Prairie View in Texas, where the Hurricanes have restricted Nepal to 147 runs off 20 overs. The equation, they need 148 from their 20. The Houston Hurricanes, they were absolutely clinical with the ball. This is Manali Patel alongside Ryan Davis, I should say, sorry.
Thank you. I tell you what, Monali, that 147 runs, as we say, that's runs on the board. You have to go and get that. And if you understand the conditions here in Prairie View, it is bowler and fielder friendly. The wicket plays slow, the ball holds up. There's a constant breeze coming from the east to the west, which facilitates the bowlers, and the outfield is thick. So 147, let's call that 165, like you said, Monali. I'm going to give you some credit. 165, like you predicted, let's call that 147 on this ground.
But you know what? They do have an advantage, the Hurricanes. This is home ground. They're used to the conditions. They're used to the pitches. Although Nepal, very spin heavy. We'll have to see how well the Hurricanes are going to face the spinners of Nepal. The captain leading from the front, I should say, for the Hurricanes, Lahiru Milanthe. He's at the non-striker's end. We'll find out for you shortly who is at the striker's end. Sompal is in with the ball, though, for Nepal.
Tell you what, we talk about shape, just short of a length, but the hands were compact. He stayed within his body, did not push the hands away from his body. Excellent technique. And that's none other than Numan Anwar opening the batting. He's on the southern end and the bowler's on the northern end. Into Anwar. Short delivery, given the works, 4 runs. Tonali, we've said this over and over again, you cannot drop short on this wicket.
Well, if that isn't an authoritative shot, then I don't know what is. Pitched up short from Sompal, expecting to trouble the batter, just sat up perfectly for Nauman to pull it, and he did. He pulled it with a lot of confidence into the leg side, picks up an easy 4 runs. Sompal Kami, the most experienced player in this Nepali side. He's the only player to have played the 2014 and the 2024 World Cup, so he's definitely got a lot of experience in his belt. And he started as a batter early on, and now he is opening the bowling for Nepal. So there's still hope for you.
He should have joined up. No chance. Sompali, Anwar finds his line, finds his length, and there's claps all around from the Nepalis who have gathered in droves.
Yeah, what an atmosphere that was, wasn't it? At the halfway point, we had all these fans, Nepal fans, coming in, taking pictures, celebrating their team. We got in on a couple of those shots too.
We did. I think we sort of stormed the photo. They didn't actually invite us. But
that was all you.
We're grateful nonetheless. Yes, I take full responsibility. So, Sampali dropped one shot, paid the price. He made the adjustment, and now he has had Anwar 4 runs off of 3 deliveries. So just to give you an idea of the field for Sampali, he has a long on, and he has a 3rd man for protection. Short delivery, and that's going to be a no ball or just a wide, or neither.
No, just one for the over. That was a very well directed bouncer. Better delivery this time from Sampal. Short, but short enough to trouble the batter. He had to leave it alone.
Little quicker as well. Just really kind of put his shoulders into it, and you saw what the wicket did. Once he seam grabbed the whole of the wicket, you saw the deviation. We go back to that 147 that's on the scorecard. That's not going to be easy out there.
Yeah, the keeper today is Anil Shah. Not their normal wicket keeper. Asif Sheikh is their regular wicket keeper. But Anil Shah has been given the gloves.
This one pushed into the offside. And so far, it's been a tidy over for Sampal. Just the one short delivery on the boundary.
So while we were taking that short break during halftime, I did have a chat with some of the Nepal fans here at Prairie View, and they were talking to me about how they are in the works of setting up a league in Baltimore. A lot of them have traveled here from Baltimore. You were better accustomed to the geography in the USA, so I'll let you tell me how far that is from here.
Very close to the capital, Washington, D.C. So I would say bike ride, about a week's bike ride, I would say. Flying, it'll be about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Walking, I would say about a month.
Well, if
hopefully they took the plane. Car ride, not so bad. Let's say it's about 7 hours. I'm just gonna, no idea. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Well, definitely not Wikipedia in that case. That is going to be the end of the first over. The Houston Hurricanes 5 for no loss.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle has completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Well, welcome back. We've just completed the first over, and the Hurricanes have got 5 on the board. Karan Casey into the attack. It starts off really well first up. Starts with a dot ball, but just going back to the group from Baltimore, I mean, that takes dedication to come out all the way here to support your team. And the brief chat that we did have, they mentioned that they're working really hard to get their first ever ground in Baltimore. They don't actually have a cricket field there. They're working with the local municipality to try and get a ground, and they're starting a league. That's impressive stuff, and we all know it's not easy to get cricket started somewhere, especially when you don't have the facilities. So credit to them. You see them on the screen there, the group from Baltimore. They're all wearing matching shirts as well.
The movement starts off the field, and then the ripple gets onto the field. Again, beautiful delivery, just short of a length. And we just see the rise of Nepal in the world of cricket over the last 10, 12 years. Battling in that level 2 structure, now knocking open that door, getting into level 1, playing in the ICC World Cup T20 tournament. And their fans are passionate, and boy does cricket need that. They need Nepal, and they welcome Nepal with open arms.
Yeah, it's been a really good growth for this Nepali side.
Karan, look at that leg cutter. There's an appeal for caught behind, and he's given him. Excellent delivery. Huge deviation off the seam. And would love to see the replay of that. But that was a fantastic delivery by Karan. And Numan.
Yeah, beautiful delivery. There's some shape on that as well, just shaping away from the batter. It's an interesting call from the keeper. It didn't look like it had a nick, but there was no reservation from the batter. Judging from his body language, I think Noman might have nicked it. The keeper does well, and in the end, they lose their first wicket. The Hurricanes.
5 without loss.
Take a quick look at that replay again. Just how far away was that ball?
I mean, the seam action was incredible. Oh, there it was. So it's a good thing I'm not umpiring. Well, the batsman will be still out there. Fantastic umpiring on the part of Cameron Best. From expertly done, but you see the deviation on the pitch and understand now why Nepal got to 147 was a good total on this wicket and on this Prairie View ground.
And this is where Nepal is really going to show us their experience. I mean, yes, we saw clinical bowling from the Hurricanes. They were struggling with the batting ahead of time. They came out, they steadied the ship, and they managed 146 on the board, 147. Now they want to try it and show you what they can do with the ball. Of course.
Beautiful shot. Absolutely beautiful. Karan just a fraction short more, Monali. And I want to tell you something. He stayed within himself, didn't lose his shape, kept his wrist close to his body, and look at this, a picture perfect square cut.
Yeah, beautifully struck. So much power in that. His head was so still when he played that through the offside, and you're going to have to go chase another ball into the bushes.
Something you expect in Prairie View?
Well, something you expect in T20 cricket as well. Unfortunately, in Karan Casey's position, he's just bowled 3 good deliveries, and then this time it was a nothing delivery, short, wide, asking to be hit away. So important as a bowler to stay and maintain that rhythm, that line, that length, keep the pressure on. And as I say that, that's a great comeback delivery. Half an appeal, of course, too high. But this is what we're expecting to see from Nepal. We're expecting to see them come here and dominate. They're supposed to be one of the top sides in the world.
Well, Karan at this point, look at that recovery. Again hitting the seam. This time comes into the right-hander. Batters at this moment can't figure out Karan's movement. One goes away, one comes back in. Seam action is perfect, hitting the wicket, and the rest is history. Again, in that corridor of uncertainty, no chance for a carry sheet.
It's going to be the end of the second over. Houston Hurricanes 9 for 1.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Back in beautiful Prairie View, Texas, just northwest of Houston. It is a breezy, hazy day in Prairie View Cricket Ground. Houston Hurricanes won the toss. Nepal put 147 on the board. Now the Hurricanes 9 for 1. Oh, this one is a loud crack of the bat, but only to mid-on. And Monali, we're seeing this Nepal team. We saw them under some pressure in the early part of the innings. They recovered, and now we're seeing what they can do with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, today we didn't see the star of Nepal, Prairie Ari. He's ranked number 10 in the ICC all-round rankings. Very impressive player. He's out with a minor ankle injury today, but they're saying he might be available tomorrow.
This one is driven back overhead, and that's gone for 6. Well, that's the way you respond. Sompal has been tight, he's been economic, but he pitched up one time too many, and Lyro took him to the task.
Yeah, beautiful shot up over the fielder at long off. There was no chance for the fielder there. This is it. You miss your line by a little bit and you will get punished. And of course, the Hurricanes do have home ground advantage. They're used to these conditions.
Sompal again. This one is swinging down the leg side. Bowler doesn't even appeal. Another leg by. But another player that Nepal are missing is Dipindra Singh. In September last year, 2023, scored the fastest 50 in T20 history, 9 deliveries. I mean, that is really quick. That is what we call, what's the Star Wars term, when the Millennium Falcon goes really fast?
Okay, so I'm not a Star Wars fan. My son's called Anakin, but not as a default thing.
Now you understand how nobody believes what you just said. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but they go into hyperspeed.
Hyperspeed, not light speed.
Light speed, light speed.
That would have made sense. It's a science reference.
That was a light speed. Light speed 50 by Dipindra Singh. Sompal. Down the leg side. Can't do much with it though.
This is a good comeback after that maximum on the second ball of this innings. Better line, better length. This has been a very good contest between the two sides, though. I mean, we're talking about a national side in Nepal and
a World Cup competing side.
Correct, and a minor league side in the Hurricanes. And they have, credit to the Hurricanes, they've actually done a very good job with the ball, and they've not been overshadowed by the bat. I know it's early days, but they've definitely taken the attack to the Nepali bowlers.
Absolutely. They're on their home ground. They're showing why they are comfortable on this ground. Winning the toss this morning was important, putting the pressure on Nepal. And now they have a little bit of momentum. Houston Hurricanes, 17 for 1.
Just seeing a few changes in the field. Mid-off or long-off coming into mid-off.
This one's driven and just past the bowler's reach.
A bit of a miss-hit, an inside edge. Lahiru, though, he is, we'd mentioned that he had played in the Nepal T20. He has not only played the Nepal T20, but he has also won the title for Lumbini All-Stars.
Wow.
And that's alongside the stars that we've just mentioned, Dipindra Singh Ari, Gulshan Jha, Kushan Burtel, Sagar Dakal, and Anil Shah.
You know what I would love to see in Nepal cricket? Imagine watching cricket in Nepal with the mountains in the background, that landscape. And he turns his wrist beautifully, and that's gone for 4. Well, it takes a little bit of skill to take a ball on top of off and pull it through mid-wicket, or actually backward square for 4.
Yeah, it wasn't that far wide either, but just gets it on that edge and dispatches it. If I were Nepal, I would be a little worried at the way the Hurricanes are batting. They have been quite aggressive from the start. And actually, sorry, just to go back to what I was saying earlier, Harmeet Singh from USA, also part of the All-Stars. We're going to take a quick short break. It's the end of the third over, 22 for 1.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs
Made our dreams come true.
Oh, and this one is pulled again. He gets a leading edge, but still manages to get 2. And because we're still in the power play, we're seeing some aggression from Nauru, despite losing our wicket early in their power play. This Houston Hurricanes team, and the left-hander is quick as a flash, Munali, to turn on it.
Yeah, quick hands. Just didn't get the distance. Didn't really middle it as well as you'd have liked. In the end, he picks up 2 runs.
But let's talk about Singh that you mentioned just now.
Harmeet Singh. Pick up another single. The Hurricanes. Harmeet Singh been the star for USA in the first game against Bangladesh. He's also part of the Lumbini All-Stars in the Nepal T20. And you know, we spoke about this earlier, how important these franchise leagues have been for associate players. When they get that sort of exposure, they're playing against better competition. They will improve, and we're seeing some of that action come back home, and we're seeing some of that improvement. So, you know, at first a lot of people were hesitant about the T20. Some people still are, but what it has done is it's closed that gap down between the associates and the full members.
Gulshank is driven right back past him, and mid-off is not going to get there. That's 4 runs. A half volley by Gulshan, and he paid the ultimate price.
Yeah, not the best of deliveries from Gulshan. Easy pickings for Akershit. He does well. He waits on the delivery. Foot down. Plays right through the line, past the bowler's head. Beating the fielder at long off. And that's going to be 4 runs. We see some more of that grass down there.
Just going back to Harmeet Singh, he plays in minor league every year since the beginning. And like you said, he raises the level of play when he's on the pitch, and again, it's contagious. It's that ripple effect. Gulshan again. Good delivery, just on top of off. Not much the batter can do with it.
Yeah, Harmeet Singh, Bipul Sharma, another player, part of that All-Stars team. You know, I had the chance to speak with Harmeet Singh actually in the post-match after the first game, after they took the lead in the series, and at one point the required run rate was well over 12, and he said, this is the stuff that we're used to. We practice it. It's not a big deal. You just won the game for USA against a full member.
Yeah.
The most humble person out there, you know, always willing to learn, take on whatever he can learn from whoever he can.
Yep, the growth mindset. Gulshan down the leg side of a left-hander, never good news. But only pad involved.
Struggling Gulshan with his line. The breeze coming into effect as well. Still got 2 deliveries to come in this over. Sorry, 1 delivery to come in this over. And the Hurricanes, they're cruising. They still need 116. Required rate 7.18 runs and over. But they've really not looked like they've been troubled by the Nepali bowlers so far.
Akershit, 14 off 7, and he just punches it through mid-off. Every time he scores on the offside, the technique is fantastic, from square cuts to punching. Just amazing stuff.
It's the end of the 4th over. Hurricanes 32 for 1.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
32 for 1. Lairu 10 off of 8. Akershit 15 off of 8. Trying to rebuild this innings after they lost an early wicket in the first over. It's going to be this one down the leg side again. Is it going to be a wide? No, it's not. A valuable dot ball for Nepal.
Well, they're 4 overs in, 32 runs on the board, well over that 6-run and over mark. They're keeping that 7.26 required run rate in check. And you know, we did mention this earlier, but Shahid Keshwani, who is the captain of the Hurricanes, has actually worked with Nepal very closely in the not too long ago, let's put it that way. A couple of years ago, he was working with Nepal as the fitness coach in 2022. And this was alongside Pupuru Dasanayake, who's currently the coach of Canada.
So Karan, I'm going to get back to that. I'm not going to let that go. Coming into Akrashit, just whipping it off his hips. Deep mid wicket coming around, only one. So he can bring some inside information on how to attack the Nepal lineup.
Absolutely, he's worked with this side for he worked with this side for a couple of years when Pupuru Dasanayake was their head coach. They were a team actually, and if I know, I mean, we call him Shady, he's another fellow Canadian. If I know him well, he's very analytic with his work in coaching. I'm sure he would have had a good amount of time with his side, gone through some of the analysis, discussed the players of Nepal to try and make sure that his side comes here and is not blown over. And they really haven't been. They've been on top of the mark.
Fantastic showing for USA cricket as well, which is so important as Nepal gets a chance to see what's going on in the US before the World Cup. Karan. Oh, again, that wristy play. A cover drive for the ages. Brian Lara-esque. Absolutely, the ball drifting across the left-hander. Not much room to work with. But look at the wrist going through the ball and generating the power.
Yeah, swings everything at it too. A lot of power, piercing through that offside, and in the end, a very easy boundary for him. And of course, it's not the first time that Nepal is playing the Hurricanes. They have played them for preparation in the past, and this was before their tour of USA League 2 when they had faced USA and Oman.
Karan. Again, there's wrist just whipping it through mid-wicket. They're going to jog back for 2. So the left-handed Lairo looking more and more competent as the game goes along.
Well, if you're Nepal, you're going to want to try and break up this partnership soon. Both batters are on 16 off 10, more than run a ball. And they're both looking very comfortable out there.
So Lairo Melantha, the captain, gives himself room, goes inside out. 1 bounce, 2 bounces over the ropes. And the skipper is starting to get dialed in.
Fantastic shot again. A lot of confidence in this. The left-hander facing Karan Casey going up and over the offside, and it's beautifully driven. 4 more runs.
What about the confidence, the footwork, getting inside the ball, going outside with it, over cover?
Yeah, the mindset has been so positive from both of them. They've exuded the confidence to be out there in the middle.
Understand now, we haven't even reached the 5th over yet. This is the 5th over, sorry. 43 with only 1 wicket lost. So Houston Hurricanes with the adventurous Lairo Melanthra, the captain. 20 off of 11. Karan around the wicket now. Playing through the line of the ball again. And that's gone for 4. Well, he has Karan in scope. And he's not letting go.
That was confidence all over it. I mean, short, pitch short, pulled, beautiful hands through the ball, a lot of power put into the leg side, dispatched for another 4 runs. That was a very, very expensive over from Karan Casey. That is the end of the over. And we're going to take a quick look at the batting scorecard for the Hurricanes. Just Anwar falling at the top, managing 5 runs today, but these 2 batters out in the middle, the skipper, Lahiru and Akershit, they have batted beautifully. 24 and 16. Leading from the top, and Nepal. Their bowlers have struggled. You can see the economy rates not looking good. Karan Casey picking up the lone wicket of Nauman. But there has been much to say for the last few overs. They have been taken all around the park.
Now understand this, as a bowler, yes, you can use the slow wicket to your advantage, but if you're used to hitting a certain length in practice, and you hit that length now on this wicket, the ball is going to slow up, and a wristy player like Melanthro will play through the line and punish you. So now it's time for bowlers from this Nepal team to adjust on the fly when the conditions do not favor you. So we're going to have the captain row it.
Well, you mentioned it. We're going to see a change in the bowling, and I'm surprised it's actually taken 5 overs to see some spin. I was hoping to see Rohit into the attack a little bit earlier. Starts off with a short delivery. It's punched down the ground, and they pick up a single.
Not much turn on that delivery. Not sure if that's Rohit's intent. But this wicket is gripping.
The skipper, Rohit Paudal, is taking the ball on. He is a part-timer. He often comes on when there is a left-handed batter, which is the case today. And of course, we're missing the off-spin of Dipinder Singh Ari. He is their main off-spinner. And it makes a big difference in the side, doesn't it, when you've got one of your main senior bowlers out of the team?
Yeah, it just puts added pressure on everyone else. And the part-timers all of a sudden have to turn into somewhat of a strike bowler to try and get wickets or really put together some dot balls. So there's a ripple effect. That's why it's such an incredible team game. Down the track, inside out again. This one through point.
That one had elegance written all over it, Ryan.
I just love the footwork.
Yep.
Monali. Look how he gets inside the ball and then goes outside.
Yeah, and oftentimes we see batters going away from the line of the ball. This time he followed the line of the ball. Beautiful hands.
And let's just continue to talk about the shape. He's generating power not by opening up his shoulders, staying within his shape and using all technique.
Timing and technique, not overhit, just picks us up beautifully over the offside.
We see a lot of players come here, open up their shoulders, yes, get the ball in the middle of the bat, but eventually get themselves in trouble. When you can keep that sort of technique and stay in line with the ball, more often than not, you will hit it correctly and in the space.
Yeah, the other thing that we see often is the batter getting up too quickly instead of staying low, rising with the ball. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with this Hurricanes side, and if I were Nepal, I'd be a little worried, not just for this game, but with the World Cup around the corner.
Down the leg side, and it's going to be a wide, so Rohit's troubles continues.
If you were the coaching staff of Nepal, what is going through your mind right now? You're playing a minor league team.
I think basics, you have to get back to basics. You don't want to drift too far away from that, and I think bringing your bowlers back to that, adjusting the line and the length, the way the wicket is playing, just pitched up a little further compared to holding it back because it's going so slow. And that on a bowling aspect. With the batting, I think they've done good with these difficult conditions. With the bowling, they have to adjust that length to be more competitive, as these two batters, they have adjusted with the wicket.
Do you think they're going to be a little bit more worried going into the World Cup with this sort of performance?
I think so. I think if it plays out to this Hurricane team winning this match, I think doubt in the dressing room may start to creep in. But everyone right now is just trying to get their technique in order, get their form going. Bowlers are trying to get their rhythm. Batters are trying to pick up the line of the ball. So these are the basics in cricket that you try to fine-tune before you get into a big tournament.
It's going to be the end of the 6th over. The Hurricanes 54 for 1.
You never lose. Either You win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
We're back into the action. 6 overs gone, 54 on the board, and the two batters out in the middle have looked comfortable and confident. 29 off 15 for Lahiru, the skipper, and Akershit 17 off 13.
Go ahead.
They do have a lot of matches though, Nepal. We are talking about them being away, or I shouldn't say away, really close to the World Cup. I think it's about 8 days away to the World Cup. But they have had a lot of warm-up matches leading up to the World Cup as well. May 8th is when they actually got to Florida to try and climatize.
Again, this one worked off of middle stump. I mean, many left-handers, you think you'd come right across the stumps and whip that off of middle leg, but that's how in-tuned Melanthra is at the moment. He's taking balls off of middle stump and working it through the leg side. And if you're this Nepal team, you're going to have to find a way to slow him down. Desperate for a wicket at the moment. And it's Avinash Bohara coming from the northern end. Protection will be a deep cover, deep mid-wicket. Long off and a long on.
Just coming around the wicket to change up the angle to the right-handed bat. Nepal have played quite a bit of cricket here. They've been here since the 8th. They went to St. Vincent 12th of May. They had a 2-1 series win against St. Vincent. So definitely some positive news for them there.
Oh, and that one's beat the keeper. It was Anil. And we have that sling action by Avinash Bohara. Little awkward for batters to pick up, so too wicket keepers.
They play the Hurricanes again tomorrow. This is going to be right after the USA-Bangladesh game, the third and final game of that series.
Just want to touch on that, Monali. You've seen the first two matches. I'd love to get your takeaway from USA's performance. There's Avinash to the dangerous Melanthra. Short delivery, and he just turns it around. Did he take the catch? Looked like it dropped just a little bit short.
Would have been a fantastic effort had he taken that catch, but good fielding nonetheless.
Is that sling action again from Bohara, dropping this one short. Great improvisation. Excellent fielding.
Yeah, this is good stuff from the keeper. He's right up to the stumps, and with that slingy action and a short ball on top of that.
Whipped off the pads. But there's a deep square leg just for the one.
Yeah, just going back to your question about the USA-Bangladesh series. Well, USA, I have to say, have looked good. They looked really good against the Canada series as well. And
anything stood out? Batting, bowling, fielding, the package?
All around, actually, all around. So the USA have a very deep batting lineup. And if you're the opposition, you're going to pick up a wicket, you're going to pick up 2 wickets, but there are so many batters in that lineup, and they're all in form and capable of coming in and changing the game for USA, and that's what's so impressive. I mean, starting with the opening partners, Monak Patel. We're just going to hold that thought. It's the end of the 7th over at 57 for 1.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Coming back to the action, 57 for 1 at the end of 7, as we were discussing.
This one is high in the air. One bounce to deep point.
Just going back to your question about the USA team, their batting is incredible. The bowling is deep as well. They do have quite a lot of options. The best thing that's happened for them is Ali Khan is back in form. You know, he was out with injury for quite some time, but he has found some form. In fact, he was the player of the match in the last game. So that's flicked into the leg side. It'll be another single. That's a beautiful shot. Oh, it could have nearly been an incredible effort out in the deep, going straight over the bowler's head. A diving effort by the fielder at long on.
Again, fortune favours the Brave. They're going after Rohit this time. Melanthra in full flight, just lifting it over, gets a hand to it, and that's the best bit of feeling I think you're going to see this week. ESPN is going to be on replay. Oh, a huge appeal for LBW, and he's given in. Huge breakthrough for Nepal, and the skipper comes through.
Well, leading from the top, came in, he steadied the ship with a bat, and now he's doing the job with the ball. He just got a breakthrough, a desperate one that Nepal needed.
Well, this one never turned. It just sort of skidded on, and that would have hit top of middle.
Bit of a lazy shot from the batter. Didn't expect it to not turn on that occasion. Easy decision for the umpire. We're going to take a quick break. Hurricanes 60 for 2 at the end of 7.4.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs.
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Well, the keeper leading from the front, Brian, has gotten the breakthrough.
Absolutely. And it was one that never turned. I think it caught Gomel. He thought would have turned, and he could have just sort of flickered onto the onside, played across the line of the ball. The ball just continued on, and it would have hit the top of middle. So a valuable wicket at 60 for 2 now. And now Josh Trump, who had a fantastic time with the ball in the first innings, 4 overs, 2 for 17. Again, no turn. Rohit thinks he's turning the ball, so he's running to the onside, but the ball isn't turning. And I think that's doing enough to disguise or deceive the batter.
It's gameplay.
It is. Yeah, again, the ball stays.
That's what he was anticipating.
Yeah. And if Josh Trump thought he was going to come out here for an easy time, you can forget about it. So the end of 8 overs, 60 for 2. And we're going to have a visitor on the booth from Nepal to talk some Nepal cricket. Stay tuned.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Well, we're joined by a very interesting group called Sathi Baltimore. I'm joined by Praveen Khadka, the president, and Ramesh Bhatta, the previous president of Sathi Baltimore. Sathi Baltimore is working on developing cricket in Baltimore County. And we're very excited to have you guys on the Combox to try and explain to us exactly what you're doing in Baltimore to grow USA cricket.
Hi, namaste. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hi, namaste. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a very fine weather, little humid, but we're having fun. Our rhinos are trying to come back in the game. Back to your question, I'm Praveen from Sathi Baltimore, and Sathi as an organization is a non-profit organization, and we're trying to develop the cricket within our Baltimore community. We are working with the local authorities in Maryland, Baltimore, and we are advocating to have a cricket stadium so that we can promote cricket. Wow.
And he's bowled him!
Yes.
Sagar gets a breakthrough, and that's the skipper, Lahiru. He is walking back 33 off 21 or 22 deliveries for him today, but another breakthrough for Nepal, and this is exactly what they needed. The Hurricanes were off to a runaway show, but Sagar said, you know what, I've got different plans here. 60 for 3 Hurricanes. As we take a quick look at the replay. This was a full delivery, chipping down the ground. Lahiru completely missing that. They're knocked over. Fantastic stuff from Nepal as they try and get back into this game. 60 for 3 Hurricanes. And coming back to you, Praveen, you were telling us about all the fantastic stuff that you're doing. How exciting is it for you to come out and see your team Nepal in USA about to play a World Cup?
We grew up watching cricket, and cricket was a very big part of our life when we were very young back home. And the way our national team has built with all the limitations and the dream they have chased has been a very unsung story for our team and for the nation. So watching them playing here in Houston and seeing them going to the big stage where they can perform and show how passionate we as a team, as a nation for this game, for the love of this game is a very pleasure feeling. And having ourselves being associated with them in a way where we are promoting cricket all over US, trying to promote cricket all over US is a very honorable experience and feelings.
Well, and the timing is perfect for you too. The World Cup is being hosted or co-hosted in the USA. Nepal is playing here. How much has that helped in growing your efforts in Baltimore?
So, Nepal qualifying.
That's a big shout. Looked a little high from this side. The new man in, Sushant Modani for the Hurricanes.
Yes. So Nepal being qualified for the World Cup cricket, that has helped us to advocate more strongly with the authorities and representative in Baltimore County, because they help us put the game in the map. So it was when we first advocate for the ground and for the whole game, we have to come back and tell them the mechanics behind it, how it is played. When we are writing a proposal as an organization, we draw the cricket ground. We did take the pictures, we show them different links and videos about how cricket is played, because the sports community here in United States are very unaware about, they are not much familiar about cricket. There are very few group of people, they follow cricket here, and they are not as passionate as we are. So definitely having Nepal playing the game, having a bigger stage has helped us a lot.
Let's play it down the ground, and it looks like they're just going to stick to the single. Yeah, and you know what? For someone who comes from Canada, I can understand how hard it is to explain to the municipality the game of cricket. It's not the simplest game to teach anyone by a long shot.
Right.
We do need facilities for that, and you had mentioned that you're working on getting your first ever ground in Baltimore.
Yeah, it will be the first ever cricket ground in Baltimore County. The work has been placed. The budget has been allocated and they are working on it, so we are very hopeful by the end of 2026 we'll have the ground.
That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. We just take a quick look at the match summary before we come back to you. Nepal, they need 147 to win this game. Hurricanes need 147 to win this game. They're currently 62 for 3. And it looked like they were going very well, but a couple of sharp wickets in quick succession from Nepal has brought this game back into check. They need 85 from 11, the Hurricanes. So Praveen, when do you anticipate your league when do you anticipate it being up and running?
So the grounds will be ready by 2026. That was told to us, right? So they are working on the facility right now. We'll have a full face ground with a sitting and then the parking lot and will be restroom and all those basic needs that has been required to run a game. So by 2026 we'll have the ground. But as an organization, Sathi Baltimore, we annually do a cricket tournament back in Baltimore County, where more than 13-14 local teams participates, and it's been going for the last 3 years.
It's pushed into the leg side. Josh picks up another single. That's fantastic stuff. Thank you so much, Praveen. I'm also joined by Ramesh Bhatta, the previous president of Sathi Baltimore. Welcome, Ramesh. It sounds like you are doing some fantastic work in Baltimore. We've spoken about a league. We've spoken about the facility and dealing with the municipality. Now, I'm going to put you under pressure a little bit.
Sure.
As a past female athlete. You're clearly working on men's cricket. Where in the picture is women's cricket?
Well, the first thing I have to say is...
That's a big shout. Umpire not interested. Finger stays down, and Sushant survives. The momentum in this game has shifted completely after the 2 quick wickets that Nepal's picked up, and this is what you see from an experienced side. They're able to hold it together even when they're under the pump and bring it back to their side. Sorry, go ahead, Ramesh.
Sure, even if we look at the bigger picture from Nepal, we are trying to convince the government that the sports can play a big role. So definitely women's cricket is growing in Nepal too. And also as we advocate for cricket field in Baltimore County, I would like to first of all thank our county executive John Yo, who is also running for Congress from Maryland. He won the primary election, and we hope that with his election coming up, if he wins, I'm pretty sure he's going to advocate for international cricket stadium in Baltimore County or even in Maryland.
That's a big shout. That looked like a very easy decision for the umpire. The ball staying low. It was straight. It looked like that middle stump would have been pegged right back. Sushant is out, and the Hurricanes lose their 4th. Nepal, they are doing really well to pull this game back on their side, and looks like your team is well on their way.
Yeah, we are so honored to have them here in Houston, and also it's not easy to miss these games. Tomorrow we have even bigger game, and to come back to your point, it's definitely we'll be working more on empowering women in the cricket in the USA as well. So we are talking with Baltimore County public schools to conduct many training programs. I have to mention Utsav Sikdal, who's been very great advocate of cricket. So he's working with Baltimore County Public School, and we also have elected delegate from Nepali community, Harry Bandari. He's been very helpful in all these initiatives. Of course, our main target is to help grow cricket in Baltimore County, and maybe in the future, overall in Maryland too.
Well, it sounds like you're doing some really good stuff for growing the sport, and I wish you all the luck. Thank you so much for coming out here, your time on air, and to come out and support your team from such a long distance.
This is our privilege. We are honored to have Nepal national team here. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you so much. And that was Sathi Baltimore, Praveen Khadka and Ramesh Bhatta. They are doing some really good stuff in Baltimore as they try and grow the sport of cricket. The Hurricanes have lost their 4. It's 63 for 4. There's 1 delivery to come in this 10th over. And the bowler, Kurshal Bortel, has the magic arm. We've had 3 dot balls, just a single coming off this over, and all important, they have picked up a wicket. And it looks like the Hurricanes might be in a little bit of trouble as that required run rate does continue to climb. We're now at 8.26, and I'm going to welcome Ryan Davis back into the comm box. Welcome, Ryan. You've missed a little bit of action there.
Manali, I'm fully rested. I had a drink, I had something to eat, I had a shower. I feel great.
Well, it's pretty hot. I don't blame you on the shower part. At the end of 10 overs, the Hurricanes 63 for 4.
You never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome back to the action. Halfway point, and the Hurricanes in a bit of bother. 63 for 4. Required run rate is climbing. Ali and Josh out in the middle.
This one a bit of a long hop, but look at the fielding by Nepal. At short cover, short extra cover rather. And now is the captain Rohit leading by example, backing up his bowler. This one pounding short again, and again great feeling in mid-wicket. And Monali, when I stepped away, things really turned. We saw some wickets falling. We saw Melanthra, who was on the go, sort of give away his wicket cheaply after Arakshit Gomel gave away his wicket the over before. That really turned the complexion of the game.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You've seen partnerships, you've seen them go well. The biggest problem is when you leave or when you lose successive wickets or in quick succession.
And that is Sagar does not like the umpire's decision, but he's going to have to stick with it. So Sagar Dakal, left arm orthodox, coming over the wicket to the left-hander. Just whipped away to the mid-wicket. And a bit of a misfield. But we were talking about Nepal in their warming up for the World Cup. Confidence is such a big part of sports, not just cricket. You know, going against this local team, Houston Hurricanes, who are no slouch. But if they did slip today, it could have a bit of effect in the locker room.
Absolutely. It's all mentality sometimes, isn't it? It's how you play the mental game. We all know that they can play cricket, but at what point is it your mindset that comes into play? And starting off with a loss is not the way you want to start any of your warm-ups going into the World Cup.
Spoken like a true player / coach, Monali Patel, former ex-Canadian national. Patel coming Dakar coming around the wicket this time, and he has long off for protection. Scored starting to trickle now, 67 for 4. It was going all guns when Akarshit Gomel and the captain Lairu Melantha was in the wicket for the Hurricanes, really putting Nepal back on the back foot. Now the Nepalese have now gone onto the front foot. Punched. Misfield means 1.
I mean, we talk about competition getting into the team, getting selected in the team. Now we're talking competition within the team. We've got 2 left-arm spinners, Sagar and Lalit. Both of them are going to fight for 1 spot on this squad, and they're both trying to show what they can do. It's amazing, isn't it, as an athlete, that you are forever going to need to prove yourself.
Absolutely.
It is all based on performance.
Yeah, and that's an important motivator as well. When that sort of push is no longer there, sometimes you see human beings, athletes, lose that edge.
Sagar is actually a late addition in the World Cup squad too. He impressed in Nepal A against Canada and Ireland.
Oh, that's a great shot. It's high in the air. It's going to drop short to long off.
It's nice to see that players are getting rewarded for their performances. I mean, for Sagar, this is a dream come true. You're at the World Cup. You played a couple of really good series at home, and here you are about to fight for a spot in the playing 11 at a T20 World Cup. The end of 11 overs, the Hurricanes 69 for 4.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the streaming I prefer.
Peel for caught behind, but that came from the crowd at deep point. The Nepalese, of course, are very passionate and enthusiastic.
Yeah, Kushal Bhurtal back into the attack. He started as a pace bowler, pace bowling all-rounder.
Oh, great shot. Played through the line of the ball, and that cover drive equals 4 runs. Well, the opener Bhurtal now doing some leg spin. Just learned the hard way of giving Trump any room.
Yeah, poor delivery. It's wide, very full, smacked away in the end. But as a player, starting as a fast bowling all-rounder, change spinner, he has played the World Cup in 2016 in the same role and the ICC Under-19s. And then in the 2020 era, he finally switched to an opening bat between leg spin and leading with the bat up at the top. Nepal are going to count on him today. Now with the ball. Well, the advantage for Nepal is they've got players who have transitioned from pacers to spinners, or the other way around, or from batters to bowlers.
Again, extending his arms is Trump. Gets one.
This pretty much means they've got a side of all-rounders, in a way.
That's a dream come true.
At any given day.
At any given day.
You're the pace bowler.
What are you feeling like today? You want to bat today? You want to bowl? What's your mood?
We kind of need you to fill in here.
Yeah, yes. Can you bowl some left arm orthodox? Bhurtal's a nice looping leg spinner. Pushed into the onside. We have some more Nepalese going to join the commentary in a little bit. We will let you guys know and get some more inside details of Nepal cricket in the USA. Again, beautiful drift, but this is swept across. 4 runs. Love the loop, but the length was too full, and he paid the price, Monali.
Yeah, nice to see some loop in spinners. Most of them are very flat these days. This time just missing his length, and he's punished into the leg side, picks up 4 runs. And that's going to be the end of the 12th over.
So instead of talking cricket, we'd like to talk about money as well. We have the treasurer himself, Siraj Sajal, the treasurer of NRNA NCS USA Cup Cricket. And thank you for being on board. We'd like to talk about more about your movement and what you guys are doing behind the scenes as we go in between cricket here and what's happening on your end.
First of all, I would like to welcome everybody on this second NRNA NCC USA Cup 2024. This is our legacy project. When they did the first time, when the Nepalese team was on the League 2, we sponsored them to provide all this accommodation as well as logistics support, and we continue that legacy project. And even on the upcoming project, we'll continue to support them to grow the cricket in Nepal. Also, the cricket is not only the game in Nepal; it's a passion. It's it's a courage of the people. As a infrastructure, we are not much like capable, or we don't have that much facility, but still they are trying their best to get a better result. And recently we have a huge achievement. We just saw that in the world ranking top 10. Recently the Dipendra Singh Eri is entered to the top 10 of the world ranking, which is one of the proud moment. And also I would like to say in this 2024 World Cup, the youngest captain is Rohit Paudel, which is from Nepal. And most of the cricketer, or the most of the team, is around under 25. That means we have a long way to go. It's gonna keep growing, and we are so happy to support and to be part of this NRNA NCC Cup 2024.
So 81 for 4. The dangerous Ali Sheikh, 7 off of 6. Josh Trump going guns, 12 off of 16, as the Houston Hurricanes try to rebuild their innings. When it comes to cricket in Nepal, is there any barriers that you guys encounter?
No, there are no barrier, but on the cricket I would like to say it can be changed in a moment. 1 over can make a huge difference.
And we got a boundary here. The dangerous Ali Sheikh, like we talked about. Abinash dropping short, and Sheikh, you know the thing about him. Take us through this shot.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a nice shot. It's a nice shot. He's a yoga. He does most of the yorker, and but he got it happens. It's a game. It's a part of the game, and we have to enjoy whatever the result comes. But still, I would like to tell is one over can make a huge difference. Still, we are on the right now. We are on 12th over. 6 over, 13th over is almost going to start, and we have 7 more run to take. At the moment, it looks a little tough to put them down, but still there are a hope. I already told you 1 over can make a huge difference on a cricket.
Absolutely, and Abinash is about to wrap up his second over. He is none for 10, and the dangerous Josh Trump playing through that line of the ball. Just a loud one. It's the end of 13, and we're going to keep going here for a second. Talking to the treasurer of NRNA NCS USA Cup 2024. You're the treasurer, you're the money. We're talking sponsors. How's it looking?
Yeah, I already mentioned you. We did this last year too, when they have a League 2.
Does that mean you increase your sponsorship?
Yeah, sponsorship is better. I'll say it is better management, better organization. Also the logistic support, we are supporting more, and also we are inviting more the people. Also we are planning to do something before the World Cup through the NRN NCC USA to encourage the players. We also have another plan too, but we'll discuss that later.
Well, Siraj, it's a pleasure having you here. I would love to talk about this tournament all day long, but we also have more people from your staff who would love to get on board and talk more about this incredible cup that's on the brink of happening on the USA for the second year.
Okay, thank you for being me here, and yeah.
That is Siraj Sadel, the treasurer of NRNA NCC USA Cup 2024. That's just on the horizon. This one's gone across the line. It's going to beat square leg, is it? No, they come across and they just get a long one. And at this point, Nepal still very much in control at 88 for 4. So in the commentary booth, we have Anup Kanal, Youth Vice President of this NRNA NCSS USA Cup 2024. What can we expect from your role in the upcoming tournament?
First of all, I would like to thank for this opportunity, because it's been like really, I've been nervous. I mean, I'm really nervous to be here because it's the first time to be sitting in the commentary box and talking about Nepali cricket, Nepali team, and we are hosting Nepali team. Well, it's a proud moment for me. And my role is in the organization is to promote the, our youth sports. That's why I'm doing it. So we had an opportunity as my treasurer told you that we had an opportunity to host Nepali cricket team last 2022. So it is our great pleasure to hosting this year 2024, and we want to carry this legacy in upcoming year too, with coordinated with CAN, everybody, the cricket fields, and also we are coordinated with various local organizations like Shakti Baltimore, and Houston Nepal Society, Texas chapter, Utah chapter. So we are coordinating everyone, and yeah, that my role is basically is promote the youth through the sports. And
let's touch on that. What have you seen over the last 2 years in the youth role?
Oh, it's been really changed. Like people are more engaged in crickets, more engaged in like various games. Like it's really really heart touching, especially growing our Nepali national cricket team growing up. Like they are in World Cup right now. It's our dream. It's our dream. This is after 10 years we are here. We are playing cricket. This is really exciting moment for us, and we want to keep supporting our national team whatever we can, from our side.
Well, Anup, thank you for coming on board here. We love the opportunity to talk about Nepalese cricket. We're excited as you are. But that's the end of the 14th over. It's 91 for 4. We'll be back very shortly.
Thank you so much.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
At an end, we have the medium pacer, Sumpal, back in the attack. And this one is punched right back past him, but just one. And Monali, we just had a chance to talk about all the movement of Nepalese cricket in the USA, of course in Nepal. We know that is well documented, but coming to these shores, Nepal having this sort of influence is absolutely exciting when it comes to the cricket landscape in this country and in Canada.
I mean, I can tell you, last year when Nepal played their League 2 matches in Toronto, we had an incredible number of Nepali fans come out and support their team there as well, and it's quite nice to see this.
And Trump has gone after him. It's high in the air and it's right down Mirov's throat. Sampal, they were building up just singles and dot balls. Trump understood what he had to do. He went after him to try to create something. And the rest, as they say, Monali, is history.
Fantastic stuff. Sampal pitching it up, trying to get to the pitcher ball. Josh using his feet, and in the end holds out to the deep. Fielder in the end just making it look very easy, and most importantly it's a wicket, and Nepal have turned this game around. All they needed was their fans out there.
That's it. That's literally the 12th man.
Actually very humbling to see as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's infectious. They come into this large country and they bring that toughness, that enthusiasm, and I tell you what, it spreads like wildfire in a good way.
And there's modesty, which is probably one of the nicest things. The group is very modest. The team is also very modest, very friendly, and that is really nice to see when people can still stay humble even though they're at the top of their game.
And it makes people accept your message a lot quicker when you bring that humility. And there they are, humble as can be under a tent, having a good time, having a couple of beverages, only water of course. And it's 92 for 5, and Nepal have bounced right back, defending a small total of only 147. They need 55 from the remaining 5.4 overs. Still doable with the dangerous Ali Sheikh. So the new batter will be Smith Patel, the wicketkeeper, known well amongst the USA faithful, playing minor league, major league. So it's pitched up, good delivery, and just we talk about technique, and that's a hard-working bowler.
That's an incredibly hard-working bowler. He ran all the way down to the boundary almost.
I remember bowling in the nets, and the batter will drive the ball past me, and my coach would say, Field your own bowling, son. That's another example, but this time in professional cricket.
That's an extreme case.
Field your own bowling. See ball, get ball. Ali Sheikh, the left-hander. Ooh, it's a peel for LBW. I think he got some bat onto it.
For those of you wondering, Nepal's next tours after the World Cup, they're in Canada this September, and then back in the US in October of this year, and then followed by that, these are all League 2 matches, of course.
Here's Sampal bowling stump to stump. This one is drifting down the leg though, and I think the batter did get some of his bat on it. And remember, Nepal in Group D, Bangladesh, Netherlands, South Africa, Sri Lanka. There is daylight there for Nepal to come out. Oh, beautiful shot. Square drive. There's protection, but we can still admire the shot.
You just mentioned the group that they're in with Bangladesh, Netherlands, South Africa and Sri Lanka. Given the performance that Bangladesh has just put up against the USA, they're going to be worried, but Nepal is going to feel very confident going up against Bangladesh, knowing that they are down and they have definitely struggled against USA.
And if they put together some good performances between now and the beginning, who knows what could happen. It's a T20 World Cup. Sampal, and the batter got the bottom part of the edge of the bat onto it, and that's the end of the 15th over. We'll take a look at the statistics of the match so far, and Manali is a lot better at math than I am.
Well, this game's completely turned around as we look at the batting scorecard. A little bit of reprieve with Lahiru, the captain, and Akarshit in the middle, 33 and 18. Josh Trump managing just 15. And at the moment, Ali Sheikh with Smith Patel out in the middle. But they're in a bit of bother. The required run rate is now at 10.20. It has climbed quite a bit. And we take a look at the bowlers. Definitely pulled it back in terms of bowling. Sampal, Karan, the skipper getting that breakthrough, Sagar up top, and Kushal Bhutel each picking up a wicket. Take a quick look at the worm. You see that huge acceleration that the Hurricanes had early on in the innings, and the wickets have pegged them right back, bringing them back in check with the Nepal worm. This is an interesting point in the game. We're 5 overs away from completion. The skipper's back into the attack. Now the required run rate is 10.2. We know that's not very high in a T20, but you're 5 wickets down.
I think someone like Ali Sheikh, who has seen 13 deliveries, he has the green light to go after Rohit in this over. Thick outside edge. They just get one. But I think you're still walking that line. You still have a lot of overs to play. If you lose another wicket now, you're definitely in swampy waters. And here's that ball drop short. You can see that bounce, that awkward bounce, Monali, that this wicket offers. And it makes that 147 by Nepal look a lot more impressive. And there's that reverse sweep.
Bit of unorthodox batting from Smith Patel. You're right, this required run rate's still in check.
Yeah.
As Nepal, though, for them to feel comfortable, I think they need a couple more wickets, and then they might think they've got it in the bag.
I think Ali Sheikh goes back into the pavilion. I think it's mentally all over for the Hurricanes. A misfield, but still 98 for 5. And that run rate creeping up to 11.08 now.
Well, they're 1 run away from bringing up their 100. The Hurricanes, they will be pleased with this effort.
Reverse sweep again. Huge appeal for LBW, but that ball was hit outside the line of off stump. So excellent umpiring. Understand Rohit's enthusiastic captain. You can understand the appealing.
Unorthodox not coming off again from Smith Patel. I feel like there's a release shot coming somewhere here. And you've got Rohit Paudel dashing dashing to field that ball. It's going to be the end of the 16th over, 99 for 5.
You win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Will they get to the 100? 99 for 5. The local team, Houston Hurricanes, they won the toss, put Nepal into bat, put the two openers back in the pavilion. Nepal had to rebuild. They clawed their way to 147, and because of the tough batting conditions, we do realize now what a competitive score that is on this ground. And now the Houston Hurricanes have their back against the wall at 99 for 5. 12 runs needed in the last 4 overs, per over rather. 48 off the last 4. And it's going to be Abinash.
Ryan, it is now past midnight in Nepal, and there are 32,000 people watching this.
They need chamomile tea, I think. Chamomile tea, that warm bowl of water to put your feet in, get you all nice and tired.
I don't think they need it at all. They're at 82% in terms of the win rate for Nepal. They've got their team backed. 82% of them think they've got this in the bag.
They do, and they're right. They're right. Love the enthusiasm. And Nepal, thank you for tuning in. And it makes a world of difference right here in the US market. That incredible push by the Nepalese.
That's 100 up for the Hurricanes. And that required run rate climbing, 12.26.
Never underestimate that full delivery outside off stump. You can only get the toe of the bat to the ball, really can't generate much power. And that was expertly bowled by Abinash. Not a wicket taking ball, but it's one of those just to pile up the dots, pile up the frustration.
46 balls, 22 deliveries. Now you're very familiar with the Hurricanes. How much batting do they have in their lineup past these two players?
Oh, this one is dug out again, Abinash. I think they still have some batters to come in. But Ali Sheikh right now, the dangerous Ali Sheikh we call him, and Smith Patel, two worthy warriors in the wicket. But the length of the bowlers at this point, we have Rohit Sharma darting across to extra cover on every delivery, is deceiving. And we have Abinash bowling Yorkers every second ball. It's going to be hard for this Houston Hurricanes team because of what Nepal is doing on their end.
Yeah, and Abinath, he is the death over specialist. So
I would have never guessed.
Yorkers, especially in the death overs, exactly what you'd need in T20 cricket. He's known for them, so the Hurricanes definitely have their work cut out for them.
Again, full ball outside off stump, but he gets all of it, and that's 4. Too much width, and he gets his hands through it.
Well, I called him the death over specialist, and he's decided that he's going to give them a low full toss. Just missing that mark a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And he's been punished. 4 runs added to the Hurricanes total.
He's like, I'll show you, Manali, who's the death of this. Here's a half volley outside off stump. Eat your heart out. Abinash, yes, he has that fantastic reputation. But like we just mentioned, Smith Patel, Ali Sheikh, 2 dangerous batters. You do not want to give them that confidence. They have the talent, but you start dialing up the confidence in the wicket, and runs start to flow. Abinash, that sling action, and that will be a wide. Excellent bit of wicket keeping by Anil.
He's just losing his way a little bit. Abinash starting well in this over. Last 2 deliveries. He's gone for 4 and now a wide. And how often do we see these wides get punished? It's an extra delivery, it's an extra run, plus the runs coming off that extra delivery.
Smith Patel Thick outside edge, short third man. Round of applause for the fielding, but they still get one. Now, 12.32, 39 off of 19 deliveries.
Well, if it was Harmeet Singh batting, you'd say it's doable.
I think you're right.
I think Ali Sheikh would like to say that as well, but we'll have to see how this game plays out.
19 off 17. Is he going to cut loose? Full toss. Looks like it's a leading edge. And that's 4 runs. Doesn't matter how you get them. It's in the scorebook.
That is not at all where that shot was intended to go. It was a full toss. It should have been punished. Gets an inside edge or an outside edge, and it's sliced past the keeper, past fine leg.
It was a flick through slips. How about that? A leg glance through slips. Best shot in the book, they say.
How do you practice that shot, Brian? You sound like you're an expert at it.
1 out of 10. You get 1 out of 10, you're a pro.
Not quite sure of the odds there.
Exactly. Just go with it. Ali Sheikh, now 23. We're waiting to see him cut loose, and he brought out his specialty shot. He leg glance through slip.
The Hurricanes 112 for 5 at the end of 17.
Houston Hurricanes, Monali.
Houston
Hurricanes. Right here in Prairie View, Texas. So, Sumpal, the dangerous Sumpal, 22 for 1 after 3. Short delivery, pulled away.
He's lucky to get away with that. Smith Patel had thrown the kitchen sink and everything at that.
He did, yeah.
In the end, a single, and that required run rate sitting at 12.
Now you hit a 6 or 2, and the discussion completely changes. But until then, Nepal has this game right where they want it.
And it's so easy for that momentum to switch as soon as you get a couple of boundaries.
Then it gets in the bowler's head and it starts to fester.
I mean, we saw Bangladesh struggle with that as well. USA managing to get boundaries at the right time.
Beautiful, it's in the air. This could be the wicket they wanted. Yes, they have it. Sumpal with the breakthrough. He pitched it up and dismisses the dangerous Ali Sheikh for 23 off of 18. Score goes to now 113 for 6. And the Hurricanes are now being blown away.
Yeah, pitched up in the slot. Tries to go up and over the bowler's head. In the end, just finding the safe hands of Gulshan. And this is the 6th wicket down.
You have to love the professionalism at this point. Gulshan took the catch. He rolled it right back to the bowler. We have a job to finish here. Let's get back to it. And the sun is getting hot. I read his lips from here.
You did. Thankfully, there is a really nice breeze today. Makes it difficult out in the middle,
Yes.
but it's also some reprieve from the sun.
Yep.
And I've been told this is not the hottest that Texas gets.
And I don't want to experience that. I just want to take their word for it.
Me too. Because if there's anything that I've experienced in the last 3 days is that if I were a potato, I'd be baking without really being... It is hot, and it's a heavy sort of heat. It makes it hard to breathe. And then you throw on batting pads, thigh pads, your gloves, your helmet.
Understand, everyone, Manali Patel is coming from Canada, where they get 92 degrees just about 3 days out of the year. So understand where she's coming from.
And how unprepared my lungs are for this.
Your wardrobe does not support this weather at all.
No, we're normal in our temperatures, mid-20s Celsius.
Ooh, and that's a couple wides.
That's an interesting delivery from Sampal to start this 3rd ball of the over. He just picked up a wicket.
I think it was one of those where he tried to roll the fingers over the ball, attempted slow ball, and it got away from him. But now is the time to try it. now is the time. You have runs in your pocket to play with. You're out in the middle, lots of breeze blowing, tough conditions. Why not? This one a quicker delivery. There's that professionalism we've grown to used to now in professional cricket.
Yeah, Imran Khan just making a little bit of room there, allowing his hands to flow through.
The left-handed Imran Khan, I must say, because we don't want to mistake him for the right-handed Imran Khan.
Junior. I'm surprised you don't have a junior to your name.
I do not. Juniors aren't really my thing, my cup of tea. I like chamomile. I don't like juniors. Short delivery, again, one hop to deep backward square. You're a very, very brave bowler to drop one in short on this wicket. You can hear bat on ball. That was fortunate to go to a fielder.
13.29, the required run rate continues to climb. Hurricanes, they still need 31 more, and they've just lost a wicket in this over.
Sompal, 2 valuable wickets. And a decent economy rate. Crosses stumps, and there goes Imran Khan. He lifts it over his head, and that's gone for 6. Just what the doctor ordered for the Hurricanes.
2 deliveries ago, he was moving away. This time he moved into the line of the ball. And what a shot that was to release some pressure. 6 runs. And we take a look again, getting inside the line of the ball, flicking it off his hips. Dispatch for an easy 6. And
the right-handed Imran Khan would have been very impressed with the left-handed Imran Khan.
Very impressive shot.
Yes.
But now this changes the equation quite a bit. That run rate, which was sitting at about 13.5, has dropped to 11.5.
Would we say quite a bit, Monali? Here comes Sompal. Can he tidy it up? Yes, he does.
It's going to be the end of the 18th over, 123 for 6.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I pursued.
Quality training with affordable costs
Made our dreams come true.
Thank you, Geeta Aviation.
Geeta Aviation, Pilot and Air Hostess Training Institute.
Well, welcome back to the action. We see a Nepal fan with a giant flag.
You know what's cool about the Nepal flag? The shape. That's incredible. It's so unique. Love that. And we have Wikipedia right here. We can find out the symbolisms of the Nepal flag.
It's the only flag. As we take a look at that, it's going to be a wicket, and a good time to pick up that wicket. Abhinash gets another breakthrough, and the Hurricanes lose their 7th.
I have to ask, what's the symbolism?
Low full toss picking up the wicket, Ryan.
Yes.
We've mentioned it's a tough shot.
It is. You can't generate much power with it. Left-handed Imran Khan goes right down the throat of deep mid wickets, and he departs. And we've just tuned into Wikipedia, and we're getting the reasons why the Nepali flag is the way it is.
Well, it is the only flag in the world that is not rectangular.
I'd have lost money on that. I'd have lost money.
What are the symbols, though? Let's find out what the 2 symbols mean on there.
2 clicks on the keyboard, and here we go.
We don't give enough credit to our Wikipedia.
He is amazing.
He's made us look very intelligent today.
One and only Shabazz. He's a Nepal native. He has his YouTube channel, and we are just honored to be on it.
Okay, so here's your symbolism. It's the sun and the moon, and
wow,
it signifies the infinity until the trees remain.
That's good. That's good.
Something so modest about that too, just humble in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. It wasn't a quadratic equation. It was just sun, moon, and what was the last thing?
The infinity until the trees remain.
Cornet Dry, the big medium pacer in the wicket, and he's love me or leave me type of shot as that ball scoots along off. Just one.
Ryan, that was such a good time to pick up a wicket. It was the first ball of the over, and Imran Khan Jr. was looking threatening after that 6 that he just smashed. They needed that wicket to throw the pressure right back onto the Hurricanes.
I think you're right, and Nepal, who have been very consistent in the latter part of their bowling, they have bowled full outside off stump. They bowled Yorkers. Abash again trying to attack that outside off stump, but he pays the price. 1 bounce, 4 runs.
That was picked up beautifully. Avinash missing his line just a little bit. And Smith Patel on it in a flash. Past the bowler's head. 1 bounce, 4 runs. In the end, the fielder had no chance on the boundary. And Smith Patel's making sure that they're in check of that run rate, trying to keep the pressure in check as well.
Is this tail going to wag? 9 deliveries remaining, 19 runs to get. Forget the runs per over right now. Runs and balls remaining. 9-19. Abanash. Slower delivery, thick outside edge. Get 1, but they need boundaries. Excellent change of pace.
Very well bowled. Full Yorker outside off. Could not have asked for better death bowling. It is not easy being a pace bowler in this T20 game. I mean,
unforgiving. You are half inch off the pace, you hit over the ropes.
And that's just how much the game has changed over the years.
The bats, the fielding ropes have come in. It is merciless on the bowlers. But Abinash, 1 for 30. Again, another full delivery outside off stump. And that's gone for 4. 4 more to the total. Now it's 14 needed off of 7. Back to the well, outside off stump, open the face of the bat and just pushed it.
Yeah, this is placed very well. Again, a very full delivery, trying to get that full Yorker in. But it's placed well and they pick up 4 runs. Nepal, they're actually wearing their World Cup jersey today. This is at the World Cup warm-up game. I like the colors actually.
I do.
Yeah, it's a beautiful blue.
This is what we can expect with Nepal taking the grand stage in June 4th against the Netherlands. Don't forget that. We're all looking forward to that one. Abinash has a job to do. 1 delivery left. And it's a good Yorker. 6 his foot out. Could they get across there? It's going to be another boundary. Well, it's all going to come down to the last over. Only 10 needed off of 6 deliveries now. 2 fours off of the bat of Cornet Dry.
He tried everything to get his foot to that. It was full again. Tried to get something behind that and dissected the 2 fielders perfectly.
So we're down to the last 6 deliveries. Cornet Dry is running riot, and Smith Patel, 18 off of 14, has done his job. Now 10 off of 6 deliveries at this point. Monali, just keep going.
You know, this equation does not favor Nepal at all. 10 runs and over, not the equation you want. At least if it's close to that 13-14 mark, there's a little bit of pressure. You got Smith Patel who's looking good. Dry as well. He has come out there. He's come out aggressive. 9 off 3 to his name. This is a pressure over, the 20th over. Just to give you a little bit more insight into this World Cup jersey, the yellow has been added, and it's to signify the warrior spirit. And the kit producer is Kailmi. And if you, a Nepali fan or anyone interested in getting this shirt, the discount code for viewers is Hamro Kalkud, HAMROKHELKUD. For checkout, you can get a discount of 300 rupees if you're interested in your team shirt or your team jersey. Not a bad time to get some of those stocked up, especially when you're right around the World Cup. Taking a little bit of time to get rounded up for this final over. 10 runs needed off 6 deliveries. Karan Casey's been given the final over.
Goes to the scoop shot, just gets one. It's always a risk, Monali, going for the improvised shot. But guess who's on strike now? Cornet Dry, who's swinging the big bat. The big medium pacer, medium fast I should say, is about to take strike.
If you were Karan Casey, what is going through your mind right now?
I think you want to drop it a little bit shorter. Anything in his wheelhouse, he seems to be very comfortable in that V, in going over the top or along the ground. Let him score square of the wicket.
He's got long levers as well. He's a tall man.
Correct. Oh, and he follows Cornet Dry. Cornet Dry can't. A lot of pressure on the umpire, but Cornet Dry certainly instigated. Looking for that wide ball. He went after way down the offside, and it just went over the bat.
This is why you cannot get that wide. You have followed the ball, followed it all the way. In fact, the ball's gone right over your bat. And this is some smart bowling from Karan Casey.
Is there going to be more dramatics? 9 runs, 4 deliveries. Cornet Dry, the big hitter, goes again. He gets an inside edge. I mean, that was better than the flick through slips. That was like a cover drive through square leg.
That's one way of describing it. In the end, it is really good bowling from Karan Casey. It's good awareness because he can see that Cornet Dry is moving over and he has followed him right down, taking away all the scoring options apart from a drive to square leg, as you put it.
Second best shot in the book. The leg glance through slip is the best one.
I got to see how you practice. I'm really intrigued.
1 in 10, you're a winner. All right, 8 runs needed, 3 deliveries. Now, the not so hard hitting Smith Patel, but still very much a technically gifted batter. Down the track, and he's got it! High in the air! And he takes a fantastic catch! A match-winning type catch at deep mid-wicket. It's the opener himself.
Well,
Patel had a lot of work to do, Monali.
Doesn't get any better than that. I was a little nervous when he pitched it short and Smith picked it up, but that catch is one for the books. What an effort out in the deep, in the boundary. You've got the boundary right there. You know if this goes past, it's game over. And you got to try and pick up the catch. Fantastic effort from Bertel in the deep.
Well, if you're not a bowler and you don't do well with the bat, you still have a role to play in deciding the match, and Burrell did exactly that.
Well, he is one of the best fielders in this side. In fact, against Zimbabwe in the World Cup qualifiers, he's held quite a few records with his fielding efforts.
Got all of it. I heard it on the screws, but Burrell said, no way, not on my watch. What a catch.
Full dive forward.
I mean, this is a warm-up match. If that was in the World Cup, that would have been replayed for days on end.
He would have gone down as one of the catches of the tournament.
Not out of the woods yet. Karan to the leg spinner Zia. Short delivery, and it's a tennis shot. And that should seal the match.
So actually, we're just being told that because it is a warm-up match, for practice, they're going to play a super over. Yes, according to the game that we've just played, Nepal should technically win this. We've got one delivery to come, 7 runs to get, but because of the sake of getting some practice in, super over practice, they're going to play a super over after this match is done.
Okay. Nothing like a super over for some excitement. And it's all happening here in Prairie View, Texas, just northwest of Houston. Monali Patel, Ryan Davis in the commentary booth. Nepal in their warm-up match against Houston Hurricanes are about to seal the victory. But we're going to get a courtesy super over after this match is concluded. Corner dry. Does he hit an 8?
I'd like to see
That's in
what that looks like.
That's in next World Cup.
That's right.
Karan! Not a wide. Very, very close to being a wide. Cornell Dry is asking the question. And that does it. Nepal bounce back from a not so good innings with the bat to an excellent innings with the ball. And Karan finish it off with style.
Yeah, Karan Casey flirting with a wide line.
Oof.
Oh, well inside of it. Well
Oof.
inside. I think Cornell Dry was really fishing there for that additional delivery. But Nepal have won this game and they have looked convincing at times. It got a little close for comfort in the end, and credit to the Hurricanes for doing that. Please don't go far. There is going to be a super over after this, and again, this is a warm-up, so both sides, especially Nepal going into the World Cup, would like to get some super over practice in. However, the Hurricanes finish this innings for 140 for 8 at the end of their 20 overs. They are 7 runs short of that total that they needed to win this game. What a fantastic game it's been, Ryan.
You know, the home team has been absolute incredible hosts in this incredible ground in Prairie View, and they've come out and competed from ball number 1. Anwar, 5. Melanthra, the star with the bat, the captain himself, 33 off 22, made a game of it. Akshit Gomel, 18 off of 18, he stood there with Melanthra. Josh Trump hung in there, 15 off of 21. Modani didn't help, 1 with 5. But Ali Sheikh, 23 off 19. Smith Patel, and then Corne Dry really made all the Nepalese fans chew on those nails all the way to the end. And the bowling looked like this. Sumpal Kami, 4 overs, 2 for 33 was his strike bowler. But Karan KC, given the last over, 3 overs, 2 for 21, very economical. But what about the captain, Rohit Kumar Padel, 4 overs, 1 for 17, locked things down in the middle. Sagar Dakal, 2 overs, 1 for 8. Fantastic performance by Nepal, deserved win, and it should do confidence going into tomorrow's match against this same Houston Hurricanes team. Don't go anywhere, anyone. We're going to have that super over. In the meantime, Monali Patel and myself are going to get ready how we warm up for the super over. Stretch, push-ups, sit-ups. Monali is going to show us her bowling action, and we'll be right back.
Never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Grace International.
Connecting life and learning.
Welcome to Brew, where we bring together the best of all worlds. Come join us today and indulge in the best brews and flavors, all while enjoying a breathtaking view.
My journey of becoming a pilot was impossible.
My lifestyle is completely changed with the training I received.
Quality training with affordable